feeling like no one really cares. You need me to hide myself, 'cause I can't show you anything else. Just put that all away and pretend for me. 'Cause when I put that mask on, I'm not human anymore. 'Cause when I put that mask on, I'm not human anymore. I'm a kiss until you die, die, die. I'm a kiss until you die, die, die. I'm a kiss until you die, die, die. I'm a kiss until you die, die, die.
Howdy, folks. We are live. Thank y'all for being with me tonight. Hope everybody's doing good. Let me do some shout outs here, and then I will bring on tonight's panel. We got Beetlejuice in the chat. Don't say his name 3 times. We have Adam in the chat. Got Rick in the chat. Got the Daily Ghost. Ghost, where you at, man? Get up in here. We got Sam here today. How you doing, Sam? What's today's moment of Zen, Sam? It's Griffin's birthday today. Griffin, happy birthday. We've got Quentin here. How you doing, Quentin? Got Movie Fan. We got Alex here. How's it going tonight, Alex? Got Punisher Batman Fan. We got Wise Guy 100. Got Mike here. Got Astro Juicy with us over on Twitch. We got My Ruin here from, I'm assuming from Hawaii. Aloha. Aloha. Antonis is here. Got Luke here. Got Dave with us. Usu. RJ. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in tonight, being with us. Okay, today's moment of Zen was Deadpool and Wolverine, but I can't spoil exactly why. Okay, go check out Sam's Twitter for that moment of Zen. Got PlayStation 9 here over on Twitch. Got Allison here. How you doing, Allison? Envy Davler's here with us too. Caleb. Stevie. Nice. Orman is here. Zythrox. Nice name. Zythrox. I like that. Nice. I'm just going to ignore Cliff Booth in the chat. He's not here. Let me bring on tonight's panel. Then we'll dive right into some topics here. Joining me tonight from the Flesh Wound Features YouTube channel, we've got Dan. What's up, Dan?
What's up, Piz? Good to be here, even though Cliff's here too. But I hope you're doing well.
Oh, I was doing really good till I saw Cliff in the chat, and then things just rapidly went downhill. So
I know.
But we'll just forge on,
Keep pressing forward. That's all we can do.
Exactly. You doing all right, man?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk physical media tonight. October is filling up.
I know it's going to be a busy busy fall for physical media. I'm excited.
Yeah. Box sets too, so I'm gonna have to start prepping.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta start saving too. My goodness. But always a pleasure to have you here, Dan.
Pleasure to be here.
Also joining me tonight, we have got Swaggy G. How you doing tonight, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How are y'all?
Doing good, you?
Doing great. Great, man.
No,
Thanks for
good,
having
good.
me on.
Always a pleasure to have you here. And we're not to spoil anything, but tonight we're debuting Swaggy's very own segment. So stick around for that. You are gonna want to be here for Swaggy's segment. So stick around.
Nice.
Yeah, stick around. Just topping it up for you, Swaggy. No, don't.
We're gonna keep it simple.
Okay.
Everybody can understand this. Where we're gonna go with it.
Okay.
Some may like it. It's simple advice.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. All right, you guys stick around. Stick around for that alone. And joining me tonight, I have got the gentleman formerly known as the tallest Chris. He's now known as My Long Legs Are Not Your Costume. How you doing tonight, man?
Doing good. I figured I'd cancel that kind of Halloween thing out early. It's like,
There you go. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't appear on camera just from here down.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That would have been interesting, I think.
Yeah.
So we were talking about your planned Halloween costume for this year. You're going to be long legs. Just put the powder on, the long white wig. There you go.
Exactly. Or just dye my own hair white, as it were. Just bleach it or something.
Why not? Why not? If you're going to go for it, go all the way is what I say.
Exactly. Then I'll just go to some random little small shop and buy a bunch of parts and stuff like that. Creep out the 15-year-old girls there, and just exactly.
Like that, yeah.
Break into your neighbors' homes.
Leave weird notes laying around,
Also, can we call the Swaggy segment a moment of swag with Swaggy G?
I like that idea. Matter of fact, let me jot that down.
Damn, that's pretty good. I wish I would have done more prep. It's being such a build up. And
look, we're here to put you on the spot. So here to put you on the spot. So, but Chris, it's good to have here as always. How's the weather down there in Texas? Is it starting to cool off any, or is it?
It never got too hot to begin with. It's gotten to touched 100 degrees a couple times, but not really exceed that much. And it's been very rainy this summer, which has been thankful because it's kind of it gets hot, rain comes through, cools things down, starts getting hot again, cools down. It's been a good cycle this summer compared to last year.
Okay. What are we drinking tonight, Swaggy? Is that Perrier? Swaggy, like I said,
a true swag.
I true swag. I mean, that's absolute class right there and swagness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that a polo shirt, by the way?
Of course it is.
Is that a polo shirt?
That's a Ralph Lauren polo shirt.
Wow. Damn. Pure swag.
And this is him dressing down. I hate to see what he looks like, all fancy. We just can't compete.
He shops at Walmart in a tuxedo.
That's true.
Okay. He pulls
I
up
do
in
have
a
the
limo.
tuxedo T-shirt.
Damn. Ghost wants to know if you have any Grey Poupon.
This Ghost pulls up next to you.
Not in a long time. No, I just buy the regular yellow mustard.
Well, see, Grey Poupon is not swaggy enough for him. Okay, that was the 80s. That was then. This is now. S'mores endorses you're too damn fancy for him.
No, Corey's cool. I like him.
Corey is cool. Hope you're doing well, Corey. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Let's dive right in. Have you guys seen any good movies lately? Bad movies? Is anything in general you want to discuss?
Oddity, I think, is very good. It's unfortunate that it's kind of sandwiched between so much. I mean, Longlegs blew up, and rightfully so. I loved Longlegs. But Oddity's that little gem out there that I think pretty much everybody's going to like. It's a really good paranormal story and very atmospheric. I still prefer the director's previous film, Caveat, which this takes place in the same universe. There's some little Easter eggs if you watch closely. You don't have to see Caveat, but it's a pretty safe bet for everybody this Halloween. I think in October it'll probably drop on Shudder, so you guys will want to mark that one down. Oh, and Twisters, surprisingly enough. I enjoyed
I think I'll see
Twisters.
that.
Yeah.
I really want to see Oddity 2. I loved Caveat. If you guys haven't seen Caveat, it's still on Shudder.
Mhm.
Definitely see Caveat. Really, really good movie.
Yes.
And hopefully Oddity will either expand or get on Shudder pretty soon, because I really want to see it.
Yeah, they're waiting longer, unfortunately, to drop them on Shudder for the most part, but it shouldn't be too long. I mean, certainly before Halloween. And I think Twisters is a safe bet for everybody. They did a good job of establishing the team, which I liked, even though, they weren't, maybe tons of screen time, but I knew each person's quirky personality. I thought they did a pretty good job.
They did a really good job with that movie. I think they did as far as like in my review, I was like, I was surprised how much I liked these characters. And it's not like they have a lot of like character building. It's just really good casting and, just likable actors.
Yeah.
And that was such a fun movie. Like I enjoyed every second of it. And my only regret is not seeing it in 4DX, because like I've seen the videos of people watching it in 4DX and it's like an experience in and of itself.
Yeah.
So
I didn't get to either, but it's a good movie for that. And I know the only complaint I've heard is like, well, we wanted the original cast back, and I was like, well, a couple of them are dead.
Yeah.
And I didn't need to sandwich Helen Hunt in there as somebody's mom. I just like that. I don't know.
I was afraid that they were going to introduce her as the one girl's mother. They luckily didn't. And like I was afraid that they were going to try and tie Bill Paxton in to the one dude, like that's his father or something. Luckily they didn't. So they kept like there's little nods to the original Twister in there.
There is.
It's its own separate thing. So
That's good.
Yeah. Really fun movie. I would have loved to have taken Jeremy to a 4DX of that. He would have said, whoa, because like it like sprays water on you and it blows wind on you and the whole thing, like you're shaking and like that would have been incredible, I think. But it would have been worth the money. I think it's probably $30 a ticket for that experience, and you come out soaking wet and your hair, your clothes ruined. You know what I mean? It's like you've been in a barroom brawl or something, but it would have been worth it.
I want more William Castle theatrics like that at the theater.
See, that's what I've been saying. If you want to get people back in the theater, give them an experience. That is an experience. You know what I mean? Like, and that would have been the perfect movie for that experience. Because literally, it's like they like splashed water, they sprayed water at you, and wind blew on you. They put smells into the theater. They shake the seats and stuff.
Yeah. Come opening night for whatever the big new horror movie is, and we'll give you a free barf bag,
Exactly. Yeah.
Mark of the devil kind of stuff, just it's a lot of it isn't even that expensive. I'd love to talk to somebody in marketing at Regal or AMC, because look at the popcorn buckets. People are losing their minds right now for the Alien ones. Which there's 3, I believe. I know
there's 3.
Only 2.
No, there's 2 different alien heads, and there's one that's a traditional bucket that's just got a face hugger on it.
Oh, okay.
The face hugger is like around it.
Yeah.
So
that's the one I like.
3.
I like the face hugger one.
Yeah.
I want all 3. I'm gonna have to like track all 3 down. I like all 3.
Yeah, Cinemark, Regal, AMC, I believe, are the 3.
But they're being smart. They're getting people to go to the theater. And they're putting it, and Twister was the perfect movie to get people to come to the theater, because it was an old school, just summer blockbuster, spectacle kind of movie. And that's what we need, I think. So I enjoyed it a lot. Anybody in the chat? Did y'all go out to see Twisters? Thoughts on Twisters?
It made a decent bit of money too, considering
it did.
That's
It
good.
made a lot of money.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater too, and it's one of those where don't overthink it.
Mhm.
Well, it's Twisters.
You know, like with the drill he has to keep his truck down, you know, and um, I I understand it's a movie, but there was like a twister every day. You know,
That's what I said in my that's what I said in my review. I was like, at this rate, how is there still in Oklahoma? Like there's in some days there's multiple twisters, and these things are deadly.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
first movie. And like they had it was like over 3 days, I think, and they had like 6 twisters. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's like, man, somebody in the comments of that said, I've lived in Oklahoma my whole life. I've seen one tornado. So I think she said, I've lived in Oklahoma for 40 years. I've seen one tornado. But it's like, damn, how is there still a Oklahoma down there? But fun movie, really fun movie. Probably pick it up on 4K. Hopefully it'll get a 4K. I'm sure it'll look great in 4K.
Oh yeah.
If it's selling well, you'd think they would.
Yeah.
yeah, I would imagine so.
I think there's a pre-order for it already. So yeah.
Good. Hold on. Somebody said something here in the chat that drew my eye. What was this now? Thoughts on Opera UHD problems? There's problems with the Opera UHD?
Is that why it hasn't shipped to me yet?
Is that a real thing?
Is it off gassing?
Opera UHD botched color timing.
Oh.
Oh, but did this just come out today? Because I'm unaware of it as well.
Yeah, I've not heard anything. I have seen some people say that their Severin stuff has shipped, but I wonder, like mine hasn't, and I got the Opera UHD. I wonder if they got stuff other than the Opera UHD.
Yeah, mine hasn't shipped either, and I did order that. So I'm wondering if we just got screwed because that's what we ordered. They're going to hold everything.
Oh man. Okay. I mean, I at least they found it now, and they won't have to send out those replacement discs or whatever. So, color timing issues. That's not good.
No, they're just coming off Cappy's curse and all that mess too. So.
Well, and Severin is, to me, I mean, Severin's definitely rose up quick. They were always hovering right around there in that top 5, but now, I mean, they're right up there. So, Andrew says he showed his 10-year-old son the original Twister, and man, it still packs a fun ride. He loved it. That's great. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, Ghost is finally seeing Longlegs tomorrow.
Oh wow! Finally, Ghost.
Good Ghost. Good.
Yeah.
That's a good one to see.
Yeah, I don't think we Longlegs came out after our last stream, didn't it? Do we want to discuss Longlegs any?
Sure.
I mean, I'm willing to be the Dan of this.
Yeah, I saw
stream
Long
for it.
Legs.
Actually, I think Chris told me he hated it. He said if you liked it, you're a moron. So
Yes.
Chris, explain
Exact
yourself.
words.
Explain yourself, sir.
So I thought Wes Anderson's Silence of the Lambs was shot very well, but
Wes Anderson, Silence of the Lambs. Oh my god.
blame Sam for that one. She came up with that one. But I enjoyed the creepiness factor of it. I enjoyed the cinematography for it. The acting was really good. But towards the end, it was losing me. And then when the logic kind of went out the window, it took me with it. So I didn't enjoy the ending. I was getting kind of bored with. I'm sorry to say that. But overall, I had fun with it enough. But I don't know. I just didn't get the hype. Maybe the hype was too much. It kind of threw me off for it. I don't know.
I've actually heard other people who got wrapped up in the hype and they saw it and they were kind of underwhelmed. So you're not the only one who said that they got wrapped up in the hype and it just got a little underwhelming.
I think it always hurts throwing out very specific movies. Silence of the Lambs and Seven were two for this
Seven is
one.
another one, yeah.
Yeah, and those are great films. I think this is a great film, but they're all very different. I mean, there's a serial killer, and beyond that, they're very different films. And I don't know. Maybe people just wanted something a little more grounded. I don't want to do spoilers, but I will say Longlegs is a pretty complex movie. If you've seen it, there's some spoiler breakdowns out there and videos that are really interesting. But yeah, I guess I get it. It's like all these horror movies, it's like it is the new Evil Dead, and it's like don't do that because
Yeah, don't do
those
that. Don't.
they
The
have such a
scariest movie in
special
a
place.
decade. Yeah, I hate. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody has a different idea of what's scary. To some
Mhm.
people, Paranormal Activity is the scariest movie of all time. I don't get that, but there's many people out there that believe it is. So yeah, I don't know. I just think you shoot yourself in the foot with that. The marketing alone, the trailers, the way they didn't give you too much. This movie's a success of marketing, whether you like it or not. Like,
Oh,
just they perfect the way they advertise this film. And yeah.
And I purposefully avoided everything beyond like that very first teaser. So when it took that supernatural turn, I was not
Mhm.
expecting it.
Yeah.
And I was afraid, like, oh man, is this going to be like, is this going to be like a cop out? Is this going to be like, I don't know. I thought it was going to be, it could be like, I remember sitting in theater going, oh no, like, I hope it doesn't go in that direction, but I don't think it did. I don't think it did. And I liked it a lot. It's one of my favorite movies of the year for sure.
Yeah.
So, and Oz Perkins, I think if you've not seen The Black Coat's Daughter, highly recommend it as well. I liked his Gretel and Hansel movie too. Visually, I thought it was great. He directed another movie, something. What's it? Something that hides under the bed or something like that.
Pretty Little Thing That Lives in the House. It's like a Netflix movie.
Yeah, I've not seen that one. Have you seen it?
I don't believe I did, actually.
Okay.
We were going to review it and we didn't, so I got to get on that one.
Okay.
I believe it's a horror movie or horror adjacent, I think.
Yeah.
you know, one thing I did like about the film and I didn't like was I don't need everything explained. 'Cause you got to leave some mystery, but I felt like that one didn't explain enough for me. You know, I don't want to go into the details of it, but it was almost kind of like, yeah, I like it. You just kind of play with it in your head and you can run through these scenarios. What's this doll? How they do this, that, you know, and what's been going on before this. But sometimes that leaves me like, what just happened here? Like,
Mhm.
and it makes me think, I was like, maybe if I rewatched it, it would be better. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people on Twitter say that they've watched it multiple times and like they've discovered new things every time they've watched it. Like there's supposed to be like something on screen that you don't notice the first time, but like it's there multiple times. Like the director said, it's supposed to be like, I forget, like many instances of this image on the screen. So
Yeah. Her evaluation at the FBI, there's like a little thing there, and that's a good thing. Anything that like, oh, I'll see it a second time. You might love it, you might hate it.
that's a perfect
I
example
don't know.
of, I was like, why did they go that route with that? With the character being able to do that, you know, like.
Well, that's sort of explained at the end with all the supernatural stuff. But so was the hidden item the giant fucking portrait of Bill Clinton? Because that was everywhere.
well, some people would say yes.
Yeah.
Some people would say yes, the hidden character.
He just walks out of the painting and puts a cigarette out on your face.
Exactly. Did he picks up the sax? So
It's like the first time I've seen Blair Underwood in a movie in a long time too.
really good cast in that movie. Really good cast. And it was so good to see Alicia Witt have like a, you know, a good meaty role. And I thought I don't want to say she stole it, because I mean I think Nicolas Cage, every scene he's in, like you're just, at least like my jaw was on the floor. But I think she was right up there with him.
Yeah, she was great. And it's not a particularly humorous movie, but there's a couple lines and it doesn't give anything away. But well, I'll be back. You'll still be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's not for everybody. It's like an indie movie that managed to blow up. I think it's probably Nick Cage's most successful film box office wise in a long time.
I think, was he an executive producer of it as well?
I believe he might have been. Yeah.
I feel like I read that on the credits.
What's that movie with him on Shudder? Arcadian.
Arcadian.
Has anybody seen that?
It's a
Yes.
fun creature feature. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
I
seen
like
that.
it.
I've got it in my list. I've not watched it yet, but I'm planning to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creature design is pretty good in that, and it's a small kind of family story and stuff. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
There's one scene that you'll recognize the popular movie from the 80s that it pays homage to.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
was it the fingernail?
I don't want to give it away in case you haven't seen it, but something with the creatures towards the end.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about whenever the kid fell asleep.
Oh yeah, the fingernail scene.
I love that. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Any other movies you guys seen recently you want to discuss?
I mean, I saw Maxine. I liked it better than anybody else did, it seemed like.
Okay.
I feel like I'm old Curly Jaws this episode.
See, I feel like I got caught up in the Maxine hype. I was flying high on that one. And just my take was it started out right at my expectations, and it just slowly, and then it just kind of petered, and they're very talented. Ty West, Mia Goth. I think I went in expecting too much on that. I was putting too much pressure on that one because that was such a big release and everybody was expecting that. And it's still good. It's just, to me, the other ones are much better. Pearl, X.
I think you've got to, whether you liked Maxine or not, I think you've really got to take your hat off to Ty West for these 3 movies, because he did 3 different movies from 3 different eras that were sort of an homage to his influences. You had the 70s Grindhouse, Texas Chainsaw Massacre of X. You had the De Palma thriller, Semi Giallo, whatever, of Maxine. And I've not seen Pearl yet. I'm going to, but that was like the 50s, like the 50s kind of Technicolor kind of thing, right?
Well,
so
yeah, 20, yeah.
Oh yeah. So, my hat's off to him. I think he did something really cool with those 3 movies. And
that's an excellent point. Yeah. He made 3 movies different than each other. And they're all of good quality.
Yeah. I hope whatever he comes out with next is just like something really. I hope he gets like a, give him The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Let him see what he can do with something like that. I think that'd be great. Give him a good budget. Give him something he can really sink his teeth into. You know what I mean? I think that'd be great.
He's going to get his Godzilla or something. I wouldn't be shocked in the next year. They're going to give him something big.
He deserves it.
I'd like to see him do a creature feature. That'd be good. But the way I describe me liking Maxine, I enjoyed Maxine, and it makes sense story-wise why it went there. But I'm not going to choose that one first. Because the way I describe it, it's kind of like Kill Bill back in the day. Everybody loves Kill Bill 1 more than 2. I like 2 more, but given a choice to watch, I'm always going to watch 1. Because it makes sense, 2, thematically, why everything happened that way. That's how I feel about Maxine. It makes sense thematically why it went that way.
Yeah. I want to mention, and Dan, this was a movie you mentioned not long ago during one of these, What You Wish For. I saw it and I liked it a lot. That's definitely one of my favorite movies of this year.
Nick Stahl, I know he had his demons that kind of knocked him out of the scene for a while, but that dude's a great actor. I was very happy to see him. That's one of the gems of this year that unfortunately nobody seems to have seen, but it's well worth going out of your way to watch. And Devil's Bath is another one. They're on Shudder right now.
That one's on Shudder. Okay.
That's a Shudder original. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A little more downbeat. That one's rough, but if you like folk horror, it's very good.
And I went into What You Wish For knowing like next to nothing about it, and it just kept surprising me. So I was really and it was great to see Nick Stahl back in something with, it was cool to see him.
Yeah.
It's also cool to see this gentleman who's just joined us. We'll bring him in. Jonathan, how are you?
Howdy, partners.
How's things going with you?
Going well.
Good. Have you seen any good movies lately you want to mention?
I saw Longlegs, so that doesn't count.
Oh, we got another Longlegs detractor. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I didn't care for it, man. I didn't really care for Nicolas Cage playing late stage Michael Jackson or doing his best Harry from Dumb and Dumber impression.
Okay.
It's rough.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm disappointed in you, Jonathan, and not because you didn't like Longlegs, but you still don't have the Joe Hendry entrance.
You're right. I do need to get on that. Say his name and he appears. Do you believe Piss?
In Joe who?
Joe
Hendry?
Joe Hendry.
Who is Joe Hendry?
We've just
They love him in
changed
London,
his life.
Paris, Tokyo, America, Scotland, and Mexico.
He
What do
sounds
they
like
say, Chris?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
That's right.
he sounds like a very traveled man. My hat's
I
off.
thought you were a wrestling guy, Piz. This is disappointing.
Well, I mean, the name sounds familiar. Let me look him up here. Joe Hendry.
You got to get him on a bloodstream now, just to make.
Well, you got to do the thing. You got to bring up the you'll see, Piz.
So he is a Scottish professional wrestler and a musician.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's in TNA, and TNA's been doing that crossover with NXT.
He's
And
pretty much in NXT all the time now.
Yeah, he is the chef's kiss of NXT right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See, Sam believes.
Sam's a believer. I mean,
Wander This World 97 also believes in Joe Hendry.
Okay, nice. Well, let's dive into some topics here, shall we? I wanted to we all know about this Jason universe that they've brought out, right? In the quote unquote activations and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And to say it's been a little underwhelming would be an understatement, I think. So I want to share this with you guys. Here's some tweets from Jason Parker. If you guys don't know who Jason Parker is, he's been the webmaster of Friday the 13th franchise.com for as long as there's been a Friday the 13th franchise.com. Very, very long time. And he tweeted this out the other day. I feel bad for Friday the 13th fans. In the next year, we're going to see Jason pimped out in a number of video games as a DLC and perhaps his own game. But none of that will ever equal Gunn's ultimate love letter. Afterwards, that will fade. Then there will be a few rounds of merch, but we still may not see a new movie for many years. Also, it's still not even known if A24 is going to get that TV show off the ground. And that really kind of, on my last Sunday night stream, I was talking up In a Violent Nature, and we're already getting it in a Violent Nature 2 it's in development. And I was going, here's this slasher movie that's clearly inspired by Friday the 13th. Johnny is clearly inspired by Jason. It comes out, it gets all this praise and hype. It's a big box office success. This movie inspired by Friday the 13th, yet we can't get a real Friday the 13th. Here's what we've gotten from the Jason universe so far. Oh, well, wait a minute. It's not sharing the right thing. So we got some swag from the Jason universe here recently. And let me show you what that swag looks like. So there's the shirt with that totally accurate hockey mask on it. There's another shirt with the same totally accurate hockey mask on it. And by the way, this shirt has been around for 1,000,000 years. They just slapped their really bad looking hockey mask on it. And we get a pin.
Ooh, pin.
That is what they call a quote unquote activation in the Jason universe. Another activation we've had so far is Jason is in some sort of fighting game. A really bad looking.
Yeah, it's Multiverses. It's the Warner Brothers version of Smash Brothers.
Right. Yeah.
I have not
Jason-
played it. Don't plan on playing it, but it looks. Yeah.
Yes. Jason is in that. Those are the activations so far with the Jason universe. And there was even a quote from Jason or from Sean Cunningham recently, basically saying like, no, it's going to be 3 years at least before you see another Friday the 13th because the studio doesn't think it's a moneymaker.
Oh.
So why would they put money into it if they don't think it's going to, major studios only have so many spots for theatrical releases every year. They want to put up the movies that they think are going to bring them the biggest return. And they just don't think Friday the 13th is going to bring them that big of a return.
It
But
would
we're
be
getting a sort of reboot sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Exactly.
yeah.
And this is what we're getting for the Jason for Friday the 13th. This.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I Know What You Did Last Summer had a TV show that I don't think was particularly popular. I mean, I don't know how many people here watched it. It went direct to video too. I mean, 100% Friday the 13th is a hit because it's been what are we, 15 years now? Something like that.
Yeah.
With that long of a
15
break,
years,
that long of a break, it's a guaranteed hit. It's not like we
Mhm.
just had one 2 or 3 years ago. I hope they're not measuring this with anything else that's been out because this has been forever. That first movie is smashing records. I don't think you need it. You don't need to put a lot of money into making it. You don't need stars. It can be a
Don't
no-name
even really need a
cast.
lot of thought, man. You just
Yeah.
His
That's
universe
a great point, Dan. Yeah.
His universe is Crystal Lake. Put him in Crystal Lake and just tell a Friday the 13th story. I love all those movies except one. They're not complicated. They're all entertaining in their own ways. It is the easiest possible thing you could do. I don't need Jason universe.
No.
We know
And-
Jason is. I don't need an origin story. Drop Jason. We know who he is, and tell a story.
we're getting Elias, buddy. You just wait.
I don't need any of
They
that.
are going to
But
give
see-
you Elias, and you'll like it.
But see what is also really sad about the Jason Parker tweets is like Jason Parker, like he's not just saying this out of his ass for engagement. Like he knows
Yeah,
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So and for him to be like this down and be like, hey, all we're going to get is like crappy DLC and video games for Jason and some merch and some not very good
Mhm.
merch at that.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
It's like you'd see that at Redbubble or something like that for like $40 or some shit.
That's such a generic shirt.
That
Yeah.
is, I know it's
It's like I could make that on my computer. It's in shadow.
like why could they not just, I mean, there's a million PNG images of the part 3
Mhm.
Hawk out there. Just steal that, put it on that
Yeah.
shirt. You know what I mean? Like, why would you paid somebody to create that awful image, right? Like Jiminy Christmas. But that is the state of Friday the 13th. And he mentioned that there's going to be a new game. But see, I had heard that they were going to revive Friday the 13th, the game, and that there was going to be another Friday the 13th game, but it was not going to be a multiplayer game. But now from what he's saying is like, I guess Friday the 13th, the game is not happening. And we'll get
Or-
this just single player.
Are they going to
Game.
do like a 4K reboot of the NES game? You played as different camp counselors.
I
That's
wish.
great.
I
No,
would be
there was a fan remake. Oh, not fan remake, but like I guess like a fan hack that was going to like unlock the Grendel and everything like that. But they got hit with a cease and desist. It wasn't anything official.
Yeah, they were going to do that. Yeah.
I want In a Violent Nature 2 to just open with Johnny killing somebody in this shirt. That's,
No. Johnny kills somebody with his hook. He pulls his shirt out of his back pocket and wipes the blood and guts off of it on that shirt and throws it away.
Either that or he just pulls Kane Hodder out and he just goes just running down the street.
There you go. I'm down with that. But what a sad state Friday the 13th is in. And like we've not heard anything about this TV series since the one dude left.
Yeah.
So that's totally in limbo now.
And the cost of that TV show seemed ridiculous.
Oh, it did.
It's
It
like
did
no
seem-
wonder you're going to not do it because you're not going to be able to make any return off of that.
Mhm.
And I think Dan made an excellent point. You don't need this outrageous budget. You're not making a Marvel movie here, and don't overthink it.
Mhm.
We don't need these marquee 5, star actors in there, actresses, and keep it simple.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly, I think the
maybe that's
only
harder.
and maybe they're talking about because I mean, think about it. For them to make a movie, they're going to have to spend millions and millions of dollars just to get between Cunningham and Miller. And if they want to use the Friday the 13th name, then they've got to get that from Paramount. So you're in the hole already before you've even started the thing. Millions and millions of dollars.
Congratulations, boys. Now nobody makes money. That's fun, right?
Yeah.
And look, I don't. Sean Cunningham is not desperate for money. He doesn't.
No, Miller needs it a lot more than he does.
Miller
but-
needs it more. Yeah, Cunningham's good. Cunningham's good. His kids are good. His grandkids are good. Their kids are going to be good. That merch, he probably makes tens of millions of dollars a year just off of merch alone.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need the movie payday.
You could shoot a Friday the 13th movie for $100,000 if you wanted to
Oh,
Good.
easily.
and make it work.
Easy.
How much did In a Violent Nature cost?
Probably not much more than that, if that. I
There
don't
you
know
go.
the exact budget, but
There
yeah,
you go.
that's plenty. It's not rocket science. You could put an A-lister in a Friday the 13th movie. I think the box office would be the exact same.
Yeah, nobody's
Yes.
don't care. Nobody's don't care.
Yeah.
D-
Yeah.
the-
Jason's the star of the movie.
No doubt.
You're good.
Does Miller and Cunningham just like basically despise each other, and they
Yes.
just
Yeah.
refuse to like budge?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, I could
Yeah.
see that being
Evidently, Sean has paid him off a few times, from what
Mhm.
I understood. Like this would come up before, throw a few bucks, and it would go away. But I think he has more grounds to stand on now because of like how long it's been since the original movie and everything, and his copyright reverted back to him.
I could see somebody holding on to a grudge and being like, "I'm not negotiating with this, with this person or whatever this
Yeah.
company."
I've said this before too. I mean, like I think Blumhouse is our only hope for there to be another Friday the 13th.
Oh, absolutely.
I think he's our only hope at this point.
Maybe we don't need it.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. Maybe we don't need it.
I mean, and in all truthfulness, though, it's been 15 years, right? Like, and we've made it, right?
Yeah.
We've survived. Yeah, made it.
We've survived. Like, I think there's been innovation because it's been gone.
Mhm.
It may not be the worst thing on earth to, if we don't see it for a little while longer, and maybe the other guys too.
We have new icons. I mean,
We do,
We're starting to get that. So
Art the Clown, yeah.
which
got
really
art.
fills that like brutal void, right?
We're gonna have more Johnny soon. So
Unfortunately, we're gonna watch his
Listen,
ass.
if they do this sequel, are they going to do it in the same way? Are we going to be following Johnny along the whole time?
I think they'd
how
be
are they
better
gonna-
off to just do a straightforward slasher.
I think so too. Maybe we talked about this on our show, and I think start it that way, tie the first movie into the first scene, and then just go off. Just you've done that gimmick. Now just do
I
a
like that.
straightforward slasher.
Start the movie. Johnny's got his necklace or whatever it was. He's walking back to his little shed.
Yeah.
He's going to go lay down and die. And then, somebody comes along and, something happens. They take it from him. Now he's back. Now the thing shifts.
I know
what I
some
mean?
people wanted from the point of view of the victims in the first movie, but I'm like, but then you're getting the same kills. That doesn't work. How?
Yeah.
Well, so that could work for the sequel though. Like, so I haven't seen the first movie yet, but I know it's kind of like that third. It's kind of his perspective most of the time. What if you
Yeah.
reverse that? It'd be like a found footage from his victims the second time.
But
Yeah,
you'd
I
be
don't
doing
think
the same.
I don't think
kills.
there's enough there.
Yeah. You'd be doing
You have to see the movie to understand what I'm saying. Like, I
Okay.
don't think there's enough there, like to just do the whole movie again. But
No, I'm not saying do the first movie again. A whole new movie.
oh,
but
okay,
like-
okay,
Yeah, like a whole new movie. But this one found footage for his new victims.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
okay. That's fine. I can
Yeah.
handle
Okay.
that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
get
can
what you're
handle that.
I feel you. I feel you. What are we doing here? We're talking horror. That's what we're doing here, my friend. That's what we're doing here. So yeah, just sad. I mean, Friday the 13th, so sad. Like the that official merch sucks, and the activations so far have been underwhelming to say the least, and it's just sad.
What a buildup, and that's what they release.
Exactly.
A pin and 2 T-shirts.
I don't call any of that an activation.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that
like
active
stuff from a warehouse that they were clearing out.
that activates the melatonin inside me to fall asleep. You know what I mean? It's so boring.
Like
And
the activation was their credit card for that new font. They just spent all the money on the new font. It's like, oh shit, let's put shit with it now. Crap.
They found a lot of that unofficial merch that hockey.
Oh yeah, they
They're
just
like,
bought it.
hang
from
on a
people.
second, we don't have to throw it out.
Well, and Halloween has its own website now, too.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. Halloween Portal. So Halloween now has its own website, and I'm guessing they're going to have their own activations too.
Ooh, how very 1999 of them.
Halloween. Let me pull it up.
They're like a fucking ARG for this shit or something.
That's funny. Oh my god. So let's see. Where's the Halloween Portal? It doesn't even come up in a freaking Google search. I know it exists, but it doesn't even come up in a Google search. What the hell?
This is a blog from Corey Cunningham now.
Here we go. I had to get very specific with it for it to even pull up. So this is the Halloween Portal website in all of its glory.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Click if you dare. And coming soon.
Huh.
So I guess, we're going to hear about the television series that they're developing soon. We're going to hear, we'll hear about their own activations, the Halloween universe activations, right?
Is that like a portal around the knife and the pumpkin?
Yes,
That
that is made in paint.
Yes. That is what it is. So, yeah, okay. We've got our own Halloween
Well, there you go.
portal. Yeah.
Oh, this is just depressing.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Michael Myers is going to go through the Stargate.
Like, do you guys remember when Transformers, like it was going, and like it crested and you felt it? You're like, oh shit, we've gone too far. Like they're doing too much of this now. Yeah, that's what I just felt.
The first movie.
We've got Slasher Home Video here. Chris, hop in here, man.
Yeah.
Hop in here. It's sad, man. Sad. But let's pick things up a bit. We need to pick things up a bit. And I think the only way we can do that properly is with a moment of swag with Swaggy G. Swaggy, the floor is yours, my friend. You even get full screen.
Well, thank you, Piz. This is really spur of the moment here. Before we went on, Piz just said, hey, you should come up with this. And then the live stream began. So I really don't have anything written down. I don't have anything I thought about. I'm just going to wing it. So I would say an important tip is for you to dress the way that you feel comfortable with. That's the best tip. I've been to conventions. What I see a lot is the black T-shirt with the the horror stuff on it. If that's what you feel comfortable with, that's what you should go with. And the other tip I would actually give would be always match your belt with your pants and your shoes. So if you're going to wear some khaki pants, make sure you wear brown shoes and a brown belt. If you're going to wear some black pants, wear a black belt and some black shoes. That's all I got for today. Thank you, Piz, for this moment.
Well, thank you for imparting that swag. I mean, we needed it. And listen, that is very sound advice. Always match the belt.
Mhm.
Always match the belt.
Yeah, it just stands out too much. You got to look like you at least know something.
Yeah. So, Punisher Batman fan wants to know, is bondage gear acceptable?
I hope so.
The Gimp mask. Yeah.
It depends on the setting.
Deep Thoughts by Swaggy G. I like it. I like it. All right, good one. That's it. All right, we've kicked that segment off in the right way, I think. Very good points. And dress comfortably as long as you're wearing swaggy stuff, right? As long as it's a polo shirt, as long as it's
I think just like you have your T Public store and stuff like that. You got to buy quality.
correct. Correct.
You don't want to just have a shirt that you wash it 2 times and then you're like, this thing's faded and now it's just junk.
Okay.
So.
That's true. That's true. Very wise word, Swaggy. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
So you know who has quality? Them Jason shirts.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Oh, geez. Well, let's talk about something that I do hope is good quality when it is finally released at the end of this year. And that is the Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary Blu-ray. And why is this not popping up here for me? What happened?
The Halloween portal sucked it down.
Oh, here we go. The Halloween sucked it down to hell.
The Halloween portal is taking it.
The Freddy universe.
So this has been revealed courtesy of Dawn of the Discs. This is everything that's going to be inside the collector's edition steelbook release. And it looks like we got quite a bit of stuff here. We've got 2 discs. We've got 2 mini posters. One of them is the Turkish poster, which I think is really cool. We got the classic original poster art. We got some lobby cards. We've got a booklet. We've got, I'm not sure what else that is down there. And, we were all crapping on the artwork on the steelbook, but we actually have a slipcase, it appears, that has the original poster art on it. So not too bad. Anybody has any of you guys pre-ordered this thing already? Anybody in the chat? Have y'all pre-ordered already? Let me know.
But not yet, but I plan on doing it.
Yeah, I'll end up with it.
Okay.
Because I'm a mark.
How much is the pre-order?
It's not cheap. I pre-ordered mine from Zavvi, and I think it was, let me look it up here actually.
They always had great cover art for those posters.
So let's see. This is actually my very first Zavvi order. So let's see. How much was this sucker on Zavvi? $58.99.
Yeah, because this is a UK release, right?
This is a UK release. Now it's very strange to me. We've got, not only do we have the UK it's been announced, the poster, the artwork's been revealed. There's 2 different versions. Now all this has been revealed, and we haven't had any word on a US release. That is so weird to me. Like, what are they waiting for? We're already halfway through the year. It's the 40th anniversary. They're barely scraping in this one because this one's coming out like late in December. They're barely scraping in on that 40th anniversary for even this
such
one.
An odd choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's coming. I mean, the Hellraiser tetralogy set, that's coming to the US now. This will too. I don't understand not rushing it out. Like you said, Halloween, everybody's going to buy this thing. So
yeah.
Did they say anything about special features?
No new special. There's a listing of special features on the, I think it's on the Zavvi listing, but no, nothing new. Nothing new.
I really wish they would throw in those Freddy's Nightmares in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised that they didn't.
That would get me.
That's got to be coming, right? Like, it seems like they've solved whatever issue they had with that.
If we do get a release in the US, I mean, surely to God, that'll be included, right? So as far as extras on this one, Ready Freddy focus points, see alternate takes and learn filmmaking secrets behind Nightmare on Elm Street by jumping to video highlights while watching the movie. That was actually like a feature on the old DVD set, I believe.
Yeah.
We get 2 commentaries, one with Wes Craven, Heather Langenkamp, and John Saxon, and the cinematographer. And we get one with Wes Craven, Robert Englund, Heather Langenkamp, and Ronnie Blakely and Robert Shea and Sarah Risher. We get alternate endings, and we get 3 featurettes: The House That Freddy Built, The Legacy of New Line Horror, Never Sleep Again, The Making of Nightmare on Elm Street, Night Terrors, The Origins of Wes Craven's Nightmares, and an interactive trivia track. So now there is a listing on Groove, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
It says it's region A. So I don't know if that's.
I don't remember seeing all this stuff with it though.
All it had, I don't think it even on the Grove side. I don't even think it has the artwork. It just has the listing, and under the specs it says region A. So I don't know. Maybe that's an error, a listing error. Maybe
There's
there is
no
something.
The original. Is that? Oh, okay, never mind. It's not. Is that a slipcover with the original art on it?
Yes, that's what it appears to be.
That's not showing here on the Groove or Grub or whatever.
I do like those foreign posters.
Ooh, uncut
Always
though.
neat.
Yes, this is supposed to be uncut too. Yeah, that Turkish poster is really cool. We've actually got somebody in the chat or in the green room. Let me bring them on here. Lauren, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. Never can tell with this computer anymore. I need to replace it soon.
How have you been?
Recovering still from the car accident, but I'm good.
I don't think I was aware that you had a car accident.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got hit by a Verizon truck. For real.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you're suing Verizon now.
So funny about that Jersey is a no fault accident state. So while I could, and if they paid out without taking me to trial, it would definitely be worth it. But if they didn't, they didn't. I'm still looking into options.
Okay. All right.
But it's not quite as simple here. We used to have the highest car insurance in the country. And in order to get the insurance agents, the companies to actually come into the state, they made a lot of legal concessions that are not fun. About this Nightmare on Elm Street set, does a movie actually come with all that stuff, or
a 4K presentation of the film?
If you can find it, right?
It's in there somewhere.
Hey, we're not far off of just having like a digital code inside of there and no disc. We are real close to that.
They tried that at one point.
I know, John, they had the steel books for them. Yeah,
they did. Yeah. They tried that with video games for a while too. Like you buy the case, and all that's inside the case is a piece of paper with a code on it.
Yeah.
So, Orc is balling on this. He's going to buy 5.
Only 5, or
I'd get 7 minimum.
Listen, it's an investment. It's an investment. So, yeah, I think, and again, this is something that's done in-house. Can we trust that they're going to have like a really solid 4K restoration for the film? Because a lot of the conversation's been about the packaging, the extras, etc. But this is a 4K. This is Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time on 4K. How's it going to look on 4K?
I mean, it's worth it. The first film is the best film, but I think you're going to get a cheaper release. It just depends how badly you want the mini posters, I guess.
So Dan, are you implying that you know more about this release coming to the US than you're willing to say?
No, absolutely not. That's just my guess. It came true with the Hellraiser set. And hey, if you have a region free player, you don't care. Well, it doesn't matter with 4K anyways, but I don't know. I'm like 99% sure you're going to get that US release, but that's nothing inside or anything. So I'm not telling you to wait.
So, okay. So here's how I'm reading this, Dan. Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set from a new boutique label, Flesh Wound Features.
Confirmed.
There you go.
Wow.
Scoop.
You heard it here first, folks.
There you go.
Run with it.
First non-wrestling release.
All right, guy. There it is. I mean, there it is in all its glory. A very low res picture, though. But I'm sure we'll get, once it's officially out there, we'll get better quality photos.
So there shouldn't be a reason that it isn't a good transfer, though, because there was a new DCP that for theaters that was made in 2020. So I presume if they had a projection-worthy print made for theaters for that, there was a re-release to 25 screens, Halloween 2020. I'm presuming that would be the basis for any transfer. So I think you're in good hands with this. Again, I think Dan's right. Like screwing up this one has a problem for the future.
For the rest
Screwing
of
up
them,
any of
yeah.
the sequels doesn't really matter. That's low hanging fruit. But this one they got to get right. But
Yeah.
wouldn't be the first time we've been surprised though, right?
I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with I think I'm just gonna do the $30 one from Groove. That seems like the little bit better deal for me. I don't need the posters.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the U.S. just standard release.
Release.
I don't know.
I mean, it is cool how it looks like an old VHS tape on the front.
Yeah. It for me, it's like I got the original posters, and I know not everybody does, but the mini posters.
I don't have room. I have room for them.
Yeah, that's an issue too. It's all going in the closet or staying in the case anyways. So 30 sounds good to me. And I love the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it's a fantastic horror movie. It deserves a 4K. But there's gonna be cheaper options.
Yeah. I love the first three. I think they should at least, but part 4 would look great in 4K. It's colorful and is vibrant and as music video like as that one is. I mean, that one would look great in 4K.
Yeah.
But will they go that far? I mean, I don't know. We did get news today that Friday the 13th Part 2 4K is going to be included in this next Paramount Scares set. So
I'm positive they'll put that out by itself at some point.
I would imagine, yeah.
I wonder if we're just gonna get like some of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, like maybe just the first 3 or something like that.
It was like that in early Blu-ray. They did just the first movie. Then they did like a 2-pack of 2 and 3. And it was like a few years before you got even that kind of dinky Blu-ray set we got.
Yeah.
I think that was really to satisfy retail though.
Yeah, you're probably because it wasn't anything special.
So I don't know if I don't know if it's a direct order that works quite as well. I mean, for some franchises, like if you want to do the Critters films individually now, you'd be in trouble, right? Because no one's buying the sequels individually, even though the second film is amazing. It doesn't sell.
Well, I think they may try it with Friday the 13th. At least it's looking that way.
We're big fans. We get very, very blinded. Like
Well,
there's titles that sell really well, and there's titles that don't.
You weren't here for the Jason Universe talk, Lauren, and the activations that we've seen. How many of those shirts have you already purchased?
None. I'm wearing an RC Cola shirt, so I mean, I think I'm good. I'm done.
You're done. You got all you need.
I mean, the Jason Universe thing is just a clearinghouse for the rights. It's a one-stop shopping so that anyone who wants to produce anything can go to one place and get the rights to make anything for Friday the 13th. It's really not meant for us as fans to mean anything. It's really meant to just allow the existing properties to have merchandise created from them. And if you're going to go to one place to get it, if you're like wanting to produce an action figure or a shirt or a video game, you have one place to go now, rather than trying to chase down the rights. So I mean, the internet got a hold of it and made it seem like we're going to get a movie with that bad, crappy art. It's like, no, that's not what was happening.
In other words, what you're saying, when Jason Blum decides to take the reins, he has one place to go to get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily help him get the rights to make a movie, but if he wanted to make a coffee cup for a Spirit, he'd be in good business now.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's going to sell. That's going to sell.
It will.
My goodness. So yeah, okay. So we've got the Nightmare on Elm Street 40th anniversary 4K sets. that's going to be dropping. We've got a lot more physical media dropping this fall. And speaking of Friday the 13th, Arrow announced recently that they are releasing the remake on 4K. So I will be picking that one up. Trick or Treat is also coming on 4K from Arrow. Didn't we get another Arrow announcement recently?
J Horror Rising,
The J Horror box set.
Yeah, I'm very
does look
excited
good.
for that. Yeah.
What movie
And
is
of-
that one?
Carved is on there.
Noroi, the Curse.
Noroi the Curse.
There's quite a bit.
Yeah, St. John's Wart's on there. It's some that are a little lesser known, but there's 7 movies.
Has anyone seen St. John's Wort? Oh my God, guys, do not get excited.
No,
Wow.
not that one, but there is some good stuff on there.
The only one there I've seen is Noroi, and I remember
That's a good
it being
film. Okay, that's a
Yeah.
fun film. St. John's Wort is long. I mean, not in runtime, but in your patience.
There's also Shikoku, I think, was on there.
I love Shikoku.
Yeah.
It's got the haunted island. It's I love that film. It's most people don't. It's all atmosphere. So if you want a bloodfest, you're not getting it. But I love that movie. I have it on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
Alan mentions the Body Double 4K steelbook that's coming out. I'm guessing that's only a steelbook release. It is a little pricey, but I love that movie. That's one of my favorite De Palma movies. I don't really hear very many people talk about, but that one, definitely going to add that one to the collection. The Hellraiser. The Hellraiser, what is it? The
Tetralogy.
Yeah. So that one's the what are they? What's the official? The something of Torment, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
that one is coming out. That one's getting a UK release. So that'll be
They put
that'll
this
be-
cheaper one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they came in individual cases.
Mhm.
That was cool.
I'm good.
So yeah,
with that.
we're getting that one. There's the Pinhead one and the Chatterer one, which is the Arrow side exclusive. But that's a really nice release. I got the UK release last year. Beautiful release.
Oh, they're doing a US release of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Maybe I'll pull the trigger too early.
But the movies look beautiful on that release, and we get the work print of Bloodline on that release as well, which Yeah.
That's a hard watch. It was not as enjoyable as I thought it was going to be.
the
It's
work
very much a work print.
you should check out the work print. You should check out the work print. Oh, you're saying
Yeah, that's
you've
what I'm
seen
saying. I
it.
did watch the work print. That was like the
Oh,
whole
okay.
reason I bought it.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh yeah, it's a work print. When you watch it, you're like, oh yeah.
I liked it. But I mean, I like Bloodline just in general. So seeing new stuff I'd never seen before was pretty cool. But that's a big one from Arrow, I think. Second Sight's finally dropping the Hitcher 4K, which that one's taking its sweet time. I'm sure it's going to look great. The presentation's going to be killer, I'm sure. I did hear a rumor though that there might be a US release as well. That a US distributor might be releasing it.
That'd be cool.
Who I don't know. I mean, my money would be on probably Arrow, honestly. But I would think that we would have already heard about it now, right?
Yeah, October's filling up pretty quick.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Another very telling sign is usually if there's a foreign release, if there's a release, like Arrow's going to release something in the US and some other company's going to release it region BC, like Diabolic DVD will only carry the region A release. So the fact that they're carrying the Second Sight one kind of tells me maybe there's not a US release. I don't know. Or at least there's not one that's been announced or, that people know of. I don't know.
Is anybody picking up I Walked with the Zombie and Seventh Victim, the Val Lewton 4K set? That I'm excited for. If you're interested in a classic pre-Romero zombie film, it's really good.
Oh, cool.
100%.
I had that original box set on DVD.
Yeah.
The his collection.
I gave away the Curse of the Cat people, but I have the rest of it.
Who's releasing that?
Criterion.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
believe. Let me double. Yeah, Criterion.
Oh, and Punisher Batman fan mentions that we're getting a In a Violent Nature physical release sometime
Yep.
soon.
Yeah, that's up for pre-order now.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Cool. I was going to mention how excited I am for that Opera 4K, but a couple of people mentioned earlier that there's some sort of issues with it with the color timing. So maybe that I guess that's going to delay it. I don't know. I'm kind of bummed about that. Hopefully they'll send the rest of my stuff. And just hold on, finish that 4K. Send me the rest of my stuff. Are there any other physical media releases you guys are looking forward to coming out the rest of this year?
Oh boy, what do I have? I have like everything pre-ordered, but I know I mean that J horror set's got me really excited because it's pretty wild how many Asian classics, and I'm not saying all of those are classics, they're not, but there's a lot that's not out on Blu-ray yet. So that kind of excites me more than anything else. But I am excited to pick up that Hellraiser set finally because that's a big deal to me. So yeah. I saw the TV Glow that is also getting a release, and I know that's another one that kind of split people, but I liked it quite a bit.
I liked it a lot too. Absolutely. Yeah. I like that director's first film as well. We're all going to the World Fair. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. I think this one's a little more accessible than that one is for people who didn't care for that one. But yeah, there's a lot. There's a good mix of new and old. A lot of great, like I said, Asian horror is kind of been a thing now. The Cat 3 stuff that I thought I'd never see. I mean, I thought that was going to be lost to time, but their Vinegar Syndrome's hammering that out. I think there might be something else possibly tomorrow or next couple days for that too.
Oh yeah. I saw a post from Vinegar Syndrome. They've got like 3 announcements, I think, tomorrow. One they said is like a late 80s Mexican slasher.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what that one is. And I forget what they said the other two. They just hinted, but I was like, okay.
I'm more excited about the stuff that I don't have than new versions of the stuff I already do. So for me, these obscure Mexican horror movies that are coming out get me more excited than anything else. So
there's Kino have the Tempter under the name The Antichrist coming out on 4K.
Oh yeah,
that should be huge for any Exorcist ripoff fan out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is kind of the crown jewel Mel Ferrar, and I mean it's amazing. Yeah. It's the grimiest, ugliest of the bunch. I love Eerie Midnight Horror Show as well, and that's not on anyone's docket yet for any big HD. But if we're getting the Tempter, it can't be that far behind, right?
I mean, Code Red put it out. I mean
Well, it's a blue.
Yeah.
Kino's also releasing Nightlife, which was a
1990.
Yeah, I've been wanting that one forever.
Have you seen it recently?
No, I haven't. No.
So the last half of that movie is so good. The first half is so dull, but the last half is so good.
Yeah, I remember loving it as a kid. So I'm excited that it's coming out. So yeah, a lot of good physical media dropping very soon. So, anybody? Is there anything else physical media wise you're looking forward to?
Oh, Ralph is in the chat with the deep cut. Yeah, that is fun. Trampa Infernal. Wow. I will put over Massacre Video. They are right now putting out, if you're a fan of German gore films, Andreas Schnaas, Olaf Ittenbach, they've been hammering those out lately. Massacre Video and Unearthed Films, which they don't get a lot of attention, and they should, particularly if you're a fan of the more extreme horror films. I know they're just putting out weird stuff. Hunter Kill Her, which had a very small theatrical release, to slasher film. They finally put that out. And that's a pretty safe bet if you just want a fun, meat and potatoes slasher movie. And
They,
I don't know, yeah.
they have Massacre has The Suffering of Monique coming out, which if you haven't seen it's definitely an art house. It's somewhere between art house and torture porn.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're in for because it's pretty extreme, but
Good
it's
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, a little different than the violent shit series that
Yes.
Andreas Schnaas is known for.
I want to see Hunter Killer. I've heard good things about it, so I want to check it out.
Yeah. If it had a wider release, I think the horror community would have embraced it more, but it was very, very limited. I think I had like one theater that had it out here, so I'm sure most people didn't get a shot at seeing it. And there's I might be getting the title wrong here, and somebody can correct me in the chat, but Malibu Horror Story, I think it's called. It was a found footage film. It was Todd's favorite last year, and even I didn't get that at screening out here in Atlanta. So for whatever reason, it's just not getting a physical. And yeah, I'm hoping Massacre Unearthed steps in and picks that up.
Well, and speaking of physical media, I'm giving away the Synapse Demons and Demons 2 4Ks.
Ooh.
I'll post a link in the chat for all the details on how you can win that sucker or both of these suckers. And if 4K is not your thing, I got the Blu-rays too. I'm giving away all 4 on my Instagram. So go check me out on Instagram for all those details.
Did you already tell people to go pre-order the Second Sight Hitcher 4K?
Well, I mentioned it, but they should.
Yeah, they should.
I've got my pre-order in. Yes.
I bought the Umbrella release like a month ago. I gave up hope. Umbrella release is fine though. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Hitcher in 4K, and they've got some new extras, and I'm excited. Slasher Home Video wants a Malibu's Most Wanted 4K.
I'd be all over that, dude.
Do we need Jamie Kennedy in 4K?
Yeah, we
wow.
absolutely do.
That's too wow.
Anytime a Jamie Kennedy movie comes to 4K, I'm obligated to buy it.
I don't know if 4K can 4K handle Jamie Kennedy.
That's a terrible experiment.
I'm just bitter I invested in those Son of Mask bedspreads. It just
Oh,
It was going to be a hit.
It's like money, printing money.
yeah. How could that movie have failed?
Jamie Kennedy is every bit the comedian of Jim Carrey. This thing is going to print money.
Jeez. Well, let's move on. Let's take a look at some horror movies that are going to be dropping as we dip into fall and the Halloween season. And there's a lot here. So let me share the screen here. We'll go over them all together. All right, here we go. So courtesy of Games Radar, I'm hearing really good things about Cuckoo.
Looks good.
You guys excited for Cuckoo?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Dan Stevens has been all over the place lately. Hunter Schafer from Euphoria. Another one. It doesn't give everything away with the trailer. It just looks like a spooky good time, and I am very excited for that.
Yeah, that one looks
worth
fun.
going to the theater and seeing.
Yeah.
Well, so it looks.
Yeah, looks good. Looks very, very good. Okay, so Cuckoo, that's dropping August 9th. Sounds like we're all excited for Cuckoo. And I love Dan Stevens. Love Dan Stevens.
Yeah.
If you've not seen The Guest, you got to go watch The Guest. So good.
Very talented guy, and it sounds awful, but like I'm kind of glad he didn't become like some huge star, because he wouldn't be playing these quirky roles that he's getting now. I think he's almost too good for big mainstream blockbusters.
I agree. And I loved him in Abigail too.
Yeah.
That line in Abigail, those are effing onions. Cracked me up. All right, so Cuckoo looking good with Cuckoo. Trap, that one's coming out this weekend. Who's excited for Trap?
I get excited every time there's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I'm disappointed almost all the time. But it is like more. It's you know what? So, I'm looking for that Sixth Sense thing, man. He keeps me coming back.
Okay.
Jonathan, just walk out back. I'll kick you in the nuts. It'll be the same.
It's pretty much that, but you never know, because sometimes you even get just like I'm not upset that I saw this. You even get that sometimes.
Did you like The Village?
But no, that's where it all went off the rails.
Village.
Like when you guys didn't walk 400 feet that way, like ever. It's weird.
There were monsters in the woods. They were afraid to, Jonathan. Come on.
He lost.
Like nobody heard the truck driving by.
What was it?
What they think that was?
Lauren,
Lady in
you're
the Water.
muted.
Lord, you're muted, man.
Yeah, I see.
I'm having trouble with this microphone, so I keep muting myself and forgetting about it. No one's on airplane in the sky.
Yeah, right?
No, it was a no-fly zone. Remember?
Oh, bullshit!
They made it a no-fly
How
zone.
did they?
That's
How
true,
did?
yeah.
No, bullshit. How did they do that?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I mean,
all
there-
just-
there's
They
some red,
inherited that lot of money.
there's some red tape. You got to go through, but you can get that done.
I think that's the movie where he had been okay. I have to do a twist. Like he had to start. I think he started with that movie with the twist, and then wrote a movie backwards.
Oh, I think you almost have to with these things.
Yeah. So, but I think that may have been procedurally because that's what it feels like after that. Like it was a very
Plus-
formulaic.
Plus, I think maybe he bought into his own hype, and like everybody was saying how brilliant he was and what a visionary he was, and how great his twists were. That he was just like, you know what? Whatever I do is going to be great. So if I poop on a paper plate, people will say it's brilliant.
And
So
then
here's
Lady in the Water came out. And
The Lady in the
we saw
Water
that
Hey,
worked.
that was the one that lost me. Was Lady in the Water. I was like,
I think that one
wow.
lost. That one lost everybody. I think.
Yeah. Well,
After Earth, like just
Oh Lord!
Whoa.
I forget about those. I
And
like
then-
the visit. Okay,
you want
because
to talk about the happening? I mean, that happened.
oh God!
Oh,
brilliant.
Jesus.
So the only thing I'll say here in his defense, and I don't like pretty much any of his films anymore. I mean, Unbreakable's kind of okay, but when you have a lot of success like that and you can get anything greenlit, the thing is you have a bunch of people around you who are probably friends or at least professional associates who you can now give jobs to.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get a film made, there's almost an obligation to get a film made. The problem with him is he had a schedule to keep. I think any of these projects could have been made into something, but I think none of them really were. I will say that Trap seems like the most insulting bullshit of the year, though. Whatever cop decided it was a good idea to try and trap a serial killer inside a Taylor Swift concert, which is basically what we're
Yes.
talking,
Yeah, it's a
hasn't
terrible
thought
idea.
through any consequences whatsoever. It's just such an unworkably bad concept. I don't
The
care.
daughter's the killer, man.
Well, see that's what
I
I
thought that from the fucking trailer.
that was
I-
immediately what I thought when I was watching the
Spoiler.
trailer. It's the daughter.
Or it's
That's
gonna
the
be,
killer.
or it's gonna be the singer. It's one
Yeah,
of the
something like that.
Yeah.
But who
What-
cares? I mean, it's still a stupid concept.
Mhm.
And that is the exact reason why I am excited to see Trap. I
Mhm.
watched that trailer and I
So-
said, this is going to be silly, wacky fun.
yeah.
So can we have this movie when in recent memory we had that terrorist attack in England at a concert?
We're having it regardless. It's
Okay.
happening this weekend. It's
Can we
happening.
predict? Can we predict the twist? Because I think what's going to happen.
That's what the twist. I think the twist definitely involves him not being the killer.
No, here's the twist. Here's the twist. There is no twist.
That would
He-
actually. Be
I've been
fun.
saying that for 5
He-
movies, dude.
He tries to he tries to get out. He's almost out, and then they catch his ass. That's the end.
See, what I do, I have him just straightforward. He's the killer. He kills Taylor Swift and then just gets beaten to death by just a bunch of kids.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
That's
So-
how I end that.
no,
Brilliant.
the twist is going to be yes, he's the killer, but the daughter's a vampire he's been feeding.
and then it's an Abigail sequel.
Ooh,
Exactly.
Oh man.
good one.
Oh,
This could be Unbreakable 4 in disguise.
Oh my God, you're right.
I would legitimately, I would not be shocked. I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Chris, you've ruined it. You've ruined it for me right there. Or like she's some kind of ancient demon that he has to feed these people to, or like she'll destroy the world unless he goes out and brings her victims or something.
That's good. No,
Oh.
yeah, let me go crazy here. It's the singer is putting subliminal messages in the show to turn on and off people as killers. So like the killers can be whoever.
Whoa.
That is way too John Carpenter for this cat.
Whoa.
That's way
Whoa.
too much. That's too much for him.
I'm
That
fine.
is crazy.
Did I just put too much work into this in the 5 seconds I
too
came up
much.
with it?
Too
Whoa.
much, dude.
That is some crazy stuff. I would be for that.
You could hide stuff in like the graphics on the screens behind her as she sings and stuff. And then at the end, you have your kind of saw flashback where you point everything out and you're like, da da da.
Exactly. I think that's really happening at Taylor Swift shows, by the way.
It's
No,
gotta
definitely.
be. It has to be.
You can only rent that movie, by the way.
That's a
I'm
there's
just
a reason.
I'm just confused because I've seen the trailer multiple fucking times because they keep showing it all the fucking time. Like, how do they not have 1 million plus cameras if they know the serial killer is going to be there and this one random dude is just happen to be around all the accidents that happen? It's like, oh, the glass bottles blow up and the lady falls off the stairs. He's always fucking there. Like, how do they not
Because
see this shit?
He
He's
is
running behind her.
He's a shapeshifter.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
Reptilian.
He is a reptilian shapeshifter.
He's the monster from the village. It's what they were based on.
Exactly. Exactly. And she is the lady on the water.
Hang on. Yes, hang on. We can
Oh
do
my
this.
God.
We can bring them all in.
It brings the whole franchise together.
The whole
Yes.
thing. And he's actually only 4 years old, but he was on that beach in old.
Including the first two Skinamax sex features that Shalaman made. So let's bring those in. So it has to be
And-
random gratuitous nudity in the middle of the film.
The Shamaverse.
I'd be okay with that. But how he gets busted? Bruce Willis takes him down.
No lines, obviously.
There's probably
No
a reason
lines.
that's not going to happen.
No lie. He just shows up, puts him down.
Wait,
That's it.
no. So you're saying AI Bruce Willis takes him down?
Sure.
Awesome.
Just-
Because no one would be stupid enough to like make like a AI Ian Holmes in a movie or something.
Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Mhm.
That'd be blasphemy.
Bring in
about
Ashton Kutcher
AI?
as his son.
What about AI Nick Cage in The Flash? That's probably the most egregious use of it. So we could definitely. get Bruce Willis to
Just
this.
hang tight. In a couple weeks, you'll have a better use.
I don't even
Nope.
I don't even want to think about that Daredevil movie. What's coming out in a couple of weeks? It's going to have AI in it.
Ooh, I can't imagine. Well, an AI augmented character. I can't imagine.
What's coming out in a couple? Somebody throw it out there. What is that? I don't know what it is.
In a couple weeks,
Yep.
An AI
I-
augmented character.
I probably should know, and I probably know the movie, but I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Everyone here knows about the movie.
2 weeks. What's coming out in 2 weeks?
A couple weeks.
I don't know.
Something
Well, maybe we'll find it here on the list.
maybe something that's a long running franchise. It's new entry.
Okay. Well, but I'm sure it'll pop up here on the screen.
Oh,
Alien.
yeah. I think that's more like 3 weeks, but yeah.
Oh, Alien. Okay. All right. Oh no.
Get ready to hate your life, guys. Get ready.
No.
So is it going to be Uncanny Valley Sigourney Weaver then, or
No,
is
it's
it
not- it is not Sigourney Weaver.
Ugh.
Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit better. But I mean, is
Oh, it does it?
It's Ron Perlman. I knew it.
it's Winona Ryder. No, it's Winona Ryder.
She's stealing the popcorn buckets. She's not going to be in it.
Oh, jeez.
I do want that. Dan, I still need you to pick me up a popcorn bucket. When you see it, I will cash app you.
Cool.
Okay,
cool.
so Sam's come up with an interesting twist. Josh Hartnett is a serial killer, but he's not the one they're looking for.
That's
Now
that
that
seems
is very
too
plausible.
That
is
seems very Shyamalan, though. That seems very.
Wouldn't they get you on the way in? Like, I don't know what they have.
That's a better idea, right?
Yeah, it's like,
As opposed to surrounding him with potential victims.
I
How do you know so
Exactly,
much
yeah.
about him that you know he's going to be at this concert? that you couldn't pick him up anywhere before the concert.
They did try and bust Zodiac Killer, the old grind.
That was also 60 years ago.
We know where the killer's
How did
going
that
to
work,
be.
Dan?
Yeah, it
Did
didn't
not work well.
So
Yes.
let's not only
This is another
surround
fucking
him with,
Waco.
let's not only surround him with hostages, but young girl hostages.
Oh, yes.
And bad music.
Yes.
Which will inevitably drive him into a psychosis.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move on from Trap. I am excited to watch Trap because I think it's going to be.
That
I'm
got some
seeing
love. We need to revisit Trap on a later.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there
And
it
look,
is.
there's Alien Romulus.
Alien babies.
I always like Alien. I'm gonna see the damn thing. Doesn't mean
So
I like
let's see if there's any inkling of who this AI character could be. So surely, I know who it is. It's the freaking android.
Mhm.
That's it. Of course. I heard that. I actually heard that was happening.
Mhm.
So yeah. So
That's fucking
there you go.
awful.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, I just saw the trailer today. The fucking trailer kills off half the fucking cast in the trailer. I'm like, Jesus, what's there to watch?
I think that may be part of the appeal of the movie. I don't think we're supposed to like
25-year-olds die.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're being generous at 25. Like
Yeah.
these
I know.
look like
I think that's
Di-
the-
that's
18,
Disney.
19.
I think that's where they cut them
Yeah.
off. That's the thing. And for
That
real.
Yeah.
It's like a Disney Channel show. Like I
Right.
feel like when I watch that.
And I don't
trailer.
ever want to hear anyone talk shit about Jason X sets looking cheap. Have you seen the trailer for this thing? It looks so fucking cheap.
Hold on. Back to Trap for just a minute. Josh Hartnett has said Trap. It's very bizarre, very dark, and it's wild. You're not sold now, Lauren?
I mean, if you're gonna listen to anyone, it would be Josh Hartnett.
It would be Josh. You're damn right. So we got
There's no
Alien
reason to lie.
Alien Romulus is dropping on the 16th. I think we're due for a really good, fun Alien movie. I think this is it. I think Fede Alvarez, very good director. I have no idea as far as the cast. Like, are there any name actors in this thing? It doesn't. I think this is. You just need an alien. The movie sells itself, but then you put it in the hands of a good director, and it's like a 1-2 punch, right? So
There's gonna be people who love it, I'm sure.
I mean, Fede Alvarez, I think, is a solid director, but I don't like what I've seen in the trailer. Now it's just a trailer.
I was under the
But-
impression that Fetty Wap directed this.
Fetty
I'm no longer as interested.
I have not seen any trailers beyond that very first teaser. So I have not seen anything other than just like, stills and stuff like this. So, but I'm excited for it. It's time for a good alien movie. And I liked Prometheus, but was that really an alien movie? Yeah.
I like Prometheus a lot.
So yeah,
I like Covenant. I don't love Covenant, but I like Covenant. This worries me a lot more because too much of it's been spoiled for me, and it's not my film.
Not my
But-
tempo. Not my
Okay.
tempo.
Well, anybody else? Swaggy, you excited for Romulus?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I mean, I'm such a fan of that franchise. Yeah, I've stuck with them through the other ones, so I gotta continue on.
Okay.
Which I try to avoid the trailers, but whenever you go to the movies, you're gonna see these same trailers over and over again. Like I've seen the Trap trailer at every movie I go and see, and this is
Yeah.
another one too. I feel like I see the trailer for every time I go to the movies.
Maybe it's just that I'm getting older, but like the kids in this movie, I'm just like, I don't buy it at all.
Mhm.
Maybe it's just kids look different now, but I just, they're so young. It just looks ridiculous to me.
Dan is just yelling at clouds.
Yeah, they don't seem believable.
No,
I
Yeah.
could not see any of them. And there's one in the trailer, I don't know the actor's name, like he's kind of trying to be like that world weary, frazzled kind of guy, but it's like, you're not John Hurt, dude. Like,
I know, but that's
I'm
the thing, though, is like these characters would be fine in a haunted house kind of horror movie, not fucking in space kind of shit. They don't look
Yeah.
like grizzled veterans.
No. So that just kind of annoys me. I don't know as much about this as I know Lauren does, but the trailer, I don't quite get the excitement just based off the trailer. But
But see, that's why they're going to bring back AI Bill Paxton.
Don't
So-
do that. Please don't.
The
do
world is less bright now that there's no Bill Paxton.
that. Yes, you're very true. Very true.
For the people who are saying what they
Twister
want,
would have been better. Sorry.
for the people who are saying they want Prometheus 3, Romulus does address the end of Covenant. So
That's good. That's good.
Okay. Alien Romulus. I'm excited. Some of us are excited. Some of us seem very cautiously optimistic.
I'll be there.
I'll be
I'm
there.
going to see it.
Yeah, I'll support
Again,
it.
I'm a mark.
Jeremy
just
and I'll
gonna
be
complain.
there. Hopefully with our alien head popcorn buckets. You know.
I
We'll
sure
be there.
hope there's a woman in a tank top holding a rifle in this one. You
I
don't get
do
that in
too. I do
There
too.
is, there is, by the way.
Oh,
Next
okay.
we have Stream.
I know nothing about this.
The hell's on her head?
From
It
Bambi's
is
Leo.
It's like a
some sort of. I'm not looking at her head. It
I was
appears to be
unaware.
some sort of odd mask.
Was this like
Um,
a Mickey Mouse thing?
It
That's
was
what I
like,
thought it
like
was.
fucking like evil bear.
It is.
I-
It's Steamboat,
Skeleton bear.
it's Steamboat Willie, is what it is.
Oh, thank you.
I've seen some photos from it. Michael Levy, he's the dude from Well, he was in Terrifier, but this looks like. I mean, look at this cast: Jeffrey Combs, Danielle Harris, Tony Todd, Dee Wallace, Felissa Rose, Daniel Roebuck, David Howard Thornton. So I mean, you've got like
Damn, it's like they got Scarefest together.
it's
It's like a movie.
yeah, that doesn't really win me over though.
No.
Yeah.
it's,
Those are just
Was
names.
this it pays how much? Yes.
yeah,
so
Hey, horror
They're-
fans, please care. Please care.
yeah.
Tony Todd. Wow.
They're
Uh,
piggybacking Terrifier. I mean, the trailer looks fine, but it looks like a
Again,
B.
it may
looks
be,
like
it
a
may
B
be
movie.
nonsensical fun. I
It
like
might
it.
be.
The film follows the Keenan family whose simple weekend getaway turns into a vacation from hell as four deranged murderers play a sadistic game, lock down their hotel, and compete for the most creative kills of the guests.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm gonna watch it.
All right. Chat, does that sound like a winner to y'all? Let us know. Now this is going to be a winner. I know it. The Crow remake, reboot, what have you. The Rupert Sanders Crow, who he said, the director said that it's for 20-year-olds only or something like that. I forget his exact quote.
Yeah, raise your hand if you've heard a good thing about this movie.
So, quick question: is that Darby Allin?
Yeah.
That is Darby Allin.
He's just gonna cough and drop everybody. He's gonna hit them with skateboards.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
So I got chewed out for saying that this looked stupid, and I
Okay.
was told it's because this is what a modern Crow would look like. So I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna razz on the circle that he drew on his nipple. I'm just gonna think that's modern things now. And I'm gonna go in with I'm not gonna compare it to any other Crow movie, but goddamn, does he look like a goofball? I'm sorry.
Yeah, to me, it's the equivalent of, this is just my Jared Leto as the Joker. It went a little too far
Oh Jesus!
for me.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a balance with that, and sometimes you can overdo it.
The only thing that saves this look for me is the nipple eye tattoo. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that saves it.
I was looking at that and I was like, what the hell? How does somebody not say, hey guys, this looks dumb. Let's not do that.
So go ahead. Lauren.
How are we not getting the old West Crow movie or the sci-fi Crow movie? Something that at least would like have a reason to exist.
Exactly. There's been some good scripts out there
There have
in the past.
Better yet, what are Jeremy's feelings on this?
Jeremy can't wait. He has two movies in August that we are going to go watch, Hell or High Water. One is The Crow, the other is Alien Romulus.
Mm.
I'm sorry about your summer, Piz.
Yeah, dude, you're gonna have to a little extra Taco Bell this month. Maybe, just to soften that blow a little bit.
Just tell him I will buy you a franchise if I don't have to go to this.
No. It's done. It's in the books. He's talked about our quote unquote busy August for
Oh,
months. So he's excited. I think there's another movie coming out in August he wants to see too, but definitely Romulus in this. No
I will
questions.
say I think that The Crow is probably going to end up to be a better movie than the next thing on this list.
Mm.
I'm gonna go into it with an open mind. I saw the first trailer they did. I've not seen anything else. I like Bill Skarsgård as an actor.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
The guy who plays the villain in it, I forget his name. I like him as an actor, and I'm just gonna hope for the best. So
He's got a bigger movie coming later in the year. So
yes, that one definitely. Yeah. Does anybody have any faith for The Crow in the chat? Let me see. I'll pass on The Crow. Another pass on The Crow. Another pass on The Crow. Sam has, it's just too Jared Leto Joker for her. Beetlejuice likes it. Okay, Beetlejuice is down. He's down for the new Crow.
See, it makes me think if you had never seen or heard of the original Crow, I'm not a fan of the comics. I don't know anything about that stuff. But if you saw this movie coming out now and had no idea it was brand new, would you go and see it? Would you be interested in it?
not particularly.
I don't think Jeremy would.
Yeah, I don't. That trailer really didn't knock me out. I'd go see it just because I like the original movie. You know?
It wouldn't be anywhere on Jeremy's radar if it wasn't for the Brandon Lee Crow.
It kind of looks like Marvel's The Crow to me. It's just, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know. Did you guys really did anyone want another Crow movie? Was this a thing?
Yeah.
If you did something different, I'd be
They've been
okay.
trying to make a Crow remake for like 2 decades.
They have,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
There was
Jason
Jason
Cooper
Momoa, Bradley
I do remember
Cooper.
that.
the Loki, Hiddleston was attached to it.
That's right. Yeah.
Everybody and their mom. They've been trying to make this forever.
Yeah, and this is again, it might be okay.
Okay, listen. If Hollywood really wants it, just take 2 damaged properties, but throw them together, try and get bang for the buck. Hellboy versus Crow, done.
Well, we're getting a new Hellboy.
Which looks like it was
Weird.
49 cents.
They didn't tell anybody about that.
I thought it was a fan film at first.
It looks like it.
It's coming from Christopher Golden though, the story. So I'm hopeful, but it is very.
Is this a Hellraiser Revelations thing? Like we were just told we have to make this movie in the next 2 weeks.
It doesn't look that low budget, but I mean, it looks really low budget. Like I thought it was a fan film. I really did.
Yeah.
And like, is Hellboy big enough to like warrant like all these? Because they Guillermo del Toro did 2. Then they tried to reboot it with the guy from Stranger Things that failed tremendously. Now they're trying to reboot it again. Like, is Hellboy that big a property that like they think there's a lot of money to be made from it?
I love the Del Toro films, and I've actually read that comic. I mean, there's a lot a lot of great stories out there, but I don't think it's ever made enough money to warrant another big budget film. That's why it looks like a fan film.
Even the second Del Toro film was like barely broke even.
Yeah, unfortunately, and it deserved more. But
that's why you didn't see I'm sure he would have loved to have done a third one. I just don't think.
Yeah,
budget and everything together for him. So.
Yeah, if you dive into like the BPRD stuff, the Frog arc and everything, there's a lot of great epic stuff, but I don't think we'll ever get it. Maybe in a TV show. That's what I'd like to see out of Hellboy.
So let me throw this out there and let me get your guys' reaction to it. Did you all see that Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Doctor Doom in some kind of Marvel Doctor Doom movie?
Yeah, they're way out of fucking. They are
did
just
that
back to the well.
Desperate.
Did that not scream of desperation to you guys?
It's
like
desperate.
That going back with the Russo brothers, like, hey
Yeah.
guys, we need you to come here. Like
Top it off.
canceling the entirety of that phase, pretty much. Like, there's a lot of desperation stink coming off.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
wow. And like just it wasn't that long ago, like those Marvel movies, you couldn't beat them, man. I mean, they were everyone was like a juggernaut, and now they're like they've dropped off. So like wasn't the Marvels was like the biggest flop of last year. They lost
Huge money.
like $200 million or something.
Yeah, they lost a ton of money on that last Ant-Man thing too. I mean, a ton. They
The
just-
Eternals.
Eternals is a
make,
bad one
dude.
too.
Their
Yeah.
budgets are just crazy big.
And they did too much. They oversaturated the market. It burnt
Yeah.
people out.
Yeah.
Over.
You're going to get a few more Hail Marys because Deadpool and Wolverine made a ton of money. I'm glad it did. The box office needed it. I'm surprised. I figured that they would just come up with some stupid reason to bring him back as Iron Man. That's the Hail Mary I figured.
I don't think he'll take his mask off at any point. So
I think he. I mean, Marvel is not that creative. I think at some point in these next two Avengers movies, you're gonna have a moment where Iron Man will be back as from Robert Downey Jr. and he will fight himself on screen.
yeah,
Wow.
that's a good
Holy
point.
crap.
That's a
Yeah,
good
when
point.
they open up the multiverse, you can just do anything and everything.
Yeah.
It gets lazy. I mean, Captain America, haven't they reshot that like 4 times now? So that's already
that's kind of what caused comic book fatigue, though, was there was no stakes in any of these stories. You know, you can just kill somebody off, but it's cool because there are an infinite number of this dude that we can pull in at any time.
And the other problem is if the stakes are always the whole world's at risk every time, then they're not ending this thing, so there is no stakes. You have to have stakes be personal on some level that makes sense. And I mean, if you think of the first Iron Man film, which I think everyone would say that's a good superhero movie, right? Would that be fair?
Yeah.
The whole world wasn't at risk.
No.
At any point, there was no world-ending event there. And that made it a personal story about a guy who had to overcome being a dickhead and actually care about something. So all the rest of it worked because that through line worked, right?
Mhm.
But now it's like they've been making movies with 17 characters who are supposed to understand from different things, and they all have to have these mini arcs that are written as cleverly as a Hallmark card, but no more.
Well, you know how many of these Marvel fans I'll hear talk about, like, well, I don't really like this series, but I got to get through it so I can watch the next big movie. Like when you're doing homework for your entertainment,
that's how I feel.
We have come to a problem here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that new trailer for the new Captain America movie too. Anytime I go to the theater now,
I've been spared that one. I've not seen it the last couple times.
Harrison Ford.
It's another one that probably has to gross $1 billion.
How much money has Disney given that man in the past decade?
A lot.
And he still hasn't turned over those Polaroids.
You would think
I wouldn't either. Well, let's.
Hey,
move
Werewolf
on.
by Night was cool.
It was.
Let's talk about Afraid. Now, this is a Blumhouse movie, directed by Chris Weitz, who did one of the Twilight movies. A new AI horror. Am I reading that correctly? AI horror.
It's a Killer Alexa, I think.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so I have heard of this one then. Okay. I like John Cho, good actor. So they're trapped inside an AI. So it's like 2001, but like an AI house or something, right?
Just unplug the fucking thing.
Okay.
It's in the cloud.
It's not that easy. It's embedded in everything.
It's in the cloud. That's right. Yeah.
So this is Shopping Mall, but in a house?
No, it's a 1988 film called Pulse. Exactly.
Oh,
Except now it's AI rather than being something. Right? Remember Pulse?
I forgot about Pulse. Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Clifty Young, right?
Yep, Clifty Young.
Yep.
I think you could make a case this is Smart House.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
Disney Channel movie where the AI goes batshit.
With Peggy Bundy.
Well,
Yeah,
Demon
and
Seed.
Katie Seagal was the
Yes.
AI.
Demon Seed. It's Demon Seed.
I'll take Demon Seed.
A movie about a computer that takes over a house and rapes the woman.
Yeah.
As you do.
It just looks really generic.
Yeah, I was trying to get through just the plot synopsis, and I'm like nodding off. It's
Yeah.
there's very heavy Megan vibes to the trailer. Very heavy.
I wonder if they'll do a crossover. You think Megan will pop up at some point?
I think
I'm just
Megan.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think Megan will have several movies.
Yeah, Megan's
it's
gonna
all
have her own
said and done.
universe.
I'm not kidding, dude. My kid is in love with that, and so are other kids. Like it's like one of their little icons. I think it's awesome.
Oh yeah, there'll be a Megan universe. Don't you worry. Okay, so Afraid definitely has not piqued any of our interest. It doesn't seem. Starve Acre. Anybody familiar with this one?
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I remember the trailer looked good. That Matt Smith is a really good actor.
Mhm.
I don't think this one's getting a wide release. I could be wrong, but
Okay.
I just don't know a lot. The trailer looked good though. I'd see that over Afraid.
Okay, it's an unsettling British folk horror.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out whenever that happens.
And yeah, Mara Farrell Clark is in it from Saint Maud.
Oh,
Oh,
well, that's
I like
cool.
her.
Yeah.
I like her. Okay, so Starve Acre, that sounds like it's got some potential, coming out September 6th. Okay, cool. What about Beetlejuice? How are we feeling about? Okay, that's the other. Well, that one's in September, but Jeremy's wants to see that one too.
I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck.
There's no love for Beetlejuice.
The second trailer looked way better than the first trailer, but I'm still apprehensive.
I want to be Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. I was told we were getting this like 20 years ago.
Not happening.
We did
man.
not. I'm out.
Who seriously wants another Tim Burton film, period, let alone a take on one of the classics?
Tim Burton's due. It's time for a Tim Burton revival.
Dude, it's not.
What was the last good Tim Burton movie?
Big Fish?
Exactly.
I was going
Sweeney
to say.
Todd.
No, that's a piece.
I was going to say Sleepy Hollow. I forgot about Big Fish.
Well, Sleepy Hollow was before Big Fish, though.
It is.
Sleepy Hollow was good.
Most of it.
Yeah.
There's a few scenes that are kind of goofy.
So Starve Acre is on VOD now.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. Then maybe not much of a theatrical at all. I thought it was.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to look into that. Thanks for letting us know, Dave. Hope you're doing well,
Yeah.
buddy.
Thank you.
Beetlejuice wants to see Beetlejuice, of course. So
You have to. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, do I need it? No. Do I need Jenna Ortega and something else? No. But
Doesn't the title threaten another sequel? And that really kind of
It does.
it does,
It
doesn't
is.
it? It does. Yeah, it does.
at least it's not that
Threatened.
Beetlejuice goes to Hawaii script that Michael.
That's the
Keaton-
one I want to see.
Oh, that would
I
be hard.
think that was written just to get them to shut up about it. Like they didn't want to make the movie at that point.
They made it as bad as they possibly could,
I think that's exactly it.
just so they could get out of it. Yeah. Beetlejuice hanging 10,
Yep, I'm there.
Cartoon. Stick with the cartoon.
The cartoon is
Cartoon was
cool.
The
fun.
cartoon was great.
I
yeah.
love
good.
the cartoon, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cartoon was great.
That's definitely the best version.
Mhm.
There's somebody throwing out Jess Grant throwing out Dark Shadows.
Ew.
I don't know
Ew.
anybody who.
Ew.
If you watched the original Dark Shadows, I don't know anybody that likes that.
I wanted to like Dark Shadows, but I did not.
Did you
I
guys
like-
watch Dark Shadows back in the day?
Yeah.
Me too. Like it was just one of those things that was just on during
I
the
watched
day.
I watched the old one and I watched the one with Ben Cross that they
The
I thought
1990 series. Yeah.
thought that one was
I don't
good
think I've
too.
It
ever
was
watched
actually
that.
very good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Yeah.
The only problem it had is it was programmed against Twin Peaks, and it was the same audience.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there, this is before really DVRs, so people were taping one. So no one, so half the time one of the shows or the other one wasn't getting credit, so they both
Yeah.
got canceled.
Yeah, killed them both.
I'm gonna talk about DVD collecting. That box set for Dark Shadows is
Oh.
a behemoth.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah.
It's huge. The coffin or whatever.
I never got deep into that show for that reason. It's just like I'm never
It's so
gonna work.
much.
Yeah, I saw the movies and I saw little bits and pieces, but like yeah, I
Sci-Fi Channel used to like marathon it during the weekdays.
Mhm.
yeah.
It's a perfect example of like gothic romance, though. It is exactly those paperbacks from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
just made into a television show. It's kind of remarkable that was on in the middle of the day back in the day.
And this is the second Ben Cross reference during this stream. Let's give Ben Cross his flowers. And Dan, what is with this sudden anti-Ortega kick you're on?
I don't hate her. It's just you get to that point where she's way overrated, and I just don't want to see her in everything. I don't know.
Yeah, take a vacation or something.
So, but do you remember? Do you remember? And this is a Lauren thing, probably. But do you remember the movie Mirror Mirror?
Yeah.
Rainbow Harvest, the star of that film, is just
Yeah.
Jenna Ortega doing time travel.
Yeah, I never thought of that before.
Check it out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it or something.
It's on 4K now. So.
I don't know why.
And now, who is Willem Dafoe? What is he playing in Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice is he like a? Oh, don't tell me.
This movie.
Here's one that I've seen before. Every movie I've seen, I think this entire year
Jesus Christ.
is Speak No Evil.
It's
I've
a
seen
remake.
What the hell is this?
I feel like I've seen the movie because I've
have.
seen the trailer so much.
Well, the remake,
The
I'm
Danish
getting-
Shocker.
Oh, and it's the original's a great movie. This looks like a funny game situation. I think it's going to be like shot for shot. So a lot of us have seen it, unfortunately, and I don't know. Do I need to see it again?
I mean, I like the cast. I think James McAvoy is a really good actor. When I first saw this trailer, I remember thinking, Shyamalan's doing 2 movies this year.
Yeah.
You're right.
I literally thought
his
this was
movie too.
another Shyamalan movie.
You know what I kind of hate? I hate when movies try and riff on a moment from an earlier film, and this does it in the trailer. Where that moment where the guy cuts his fingers, and he's like, "If there was only a doctor," and McAfee's like, "I'm not a doctor," and then a moment he's like, "Oh, of course I'm a doctor." It's the stepfather scene of where am I? Who am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that's so lazy. It was the iconic moment from another film that you riffed on for your trailer. That is so cheap.
You would like the original, though, Lauren. I have a feeling they're going to Americanize the ending, and they're not going to go with how the original ended. So I'm curious, but yeah, just watch the original.
Yeah, I don't know. This, maybe once it hits streaming VOD, I might check it out, but I really have no interest in seeing it in the theater. So, yeah. All right. So, chat. Anybody in the chat excited for Speak No Evil? Beetlejuice is down with that too. Okay. Let us know if you all got love for Speak No Evil. Next is The Substance. This looks kind of interesting. Have you guys seen any trailers for The Substance?
I have not.
It is being heralded as like a big body horror film. Demi Moore is in it. And
Oh yeah, Dan, you were talking about this earlier. Sorry.
Yeah.
Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid, and I don't know, I think it looks pretty interesting. I don't know if it's going to get a wide release or not, and Coralie Farragut, I know I recognize that name. What has she done? Revenge. Revenge. Yeah, I like Revenge a lot.
This looks pretty good. Just reading that synopsis.
Yeah,
we're gonna get naked Demi Moore again too.
Apparently, this one goes hard, from what I understand. So
good.
Yeah, this is one to see. I'm gonna be there opening night.
Yeah, I think it looks interesting. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for it. So The Substance looks interesting. Cool.
Yep,
Let's do it. September 20th. Let's do it. And hey, good to see Demi Moore back in something, in a lead role. Good for her. Next we have Apartment 7A. I don't think I've heard a thing about this one.
It's the
Rosemary.
Rosemary's.
Oh hell!
Yeah.
Yes.
Who wanted that?
No one.
No, nobody.
So
why does Rosemary's need a fucking prequel?
So
Doesn't
Jeremy,
interesting shit happen when the baby
Jeremy
into the
mentioned
picture?
this one to me not long ago. He kept saying, "Apartment 7, go see Apartment 7." I'm like, "What is Apartment 7?" He goes, "Rosemary's Baby sequel." And I went, "You're pulling my leg." Like, no, you're kidding me. You're joking me. No, a Rosemary's Baby sequel. There it is. Wow.
To be fair, I'm not a big fan of the original, so maybe.
Yeah, I never could get into that one.
All right, excuse me. A prequel.
Yeah.
Which is even worse.
Because there is a sequel to Rosemary's Baby called Whatever Happened to Rosemary's Baby. It's a television movie.
There was also that Zoe Saldana. Was that a remake or remake?
I thought that was a remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't think anybody wants this. I don't know.
It's set in the mid-'60s New York, where a struggling young dancer suffers a devastating injury and finds herself drawn in by dark forces through a peculiar, well-connected older couple who promise her a shot at fame if she sells her soul.
Starry Eyes is a great film.
Say Starry Eyes.
Starry Eyes is great.
Starry Eyes is brilliant. I don't need this thing.
Oh, it's the director of Relic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but there's been some great directors that ended up doing some Hollywood crap when they had to cash in.
Alexander Aja looked promising, and then he did Mirror.
He's rebounded. He's rebounded.
He has rebounded.
Now this says Paramount Plus. Is this going straight to streaming?
That makes sense because
I
don't
sound right.
Yeah, I don't see any way that this makes a mark at the box office.
Oddly enough, if it goes to Paramount Plus, I probably will watch it.
I think it's day and date. I think that it is going to be in theaters for a week and also streaming at the same time. I think it'll have a high price rental and then true digital after.
So this is going to explore what happened in the apartment before Rosemary moved in.
It's going to be literally paint drying.
Yeah, it's like there's just nothing that interesting.
Yeah, it's the failed attempt, the first go at it.
Such a weird, like a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. Wow.
Nah.
That's what everybody was talking about in 2024, didn't you know?
Well, I guess, yeah. I wasn't
finger on the pulse, Paramount.
Yeah. Lord,
cashing in on that Omen.
Oh man. Okay, well, you mentioned Alexander Aja. Here's his next film, Never Let Go. Starring Halle Berry. I don't know what I'm no idea what it's about. I'm going to read it right now. Let's see. Oscar winner Halle Berry stars as the mother taking care of her two young sons after the world has ended, until their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the boys begins to doubt whether the evil is real. Reminiscent of films like Bird Box and the recent Arcadian. The title Never Let Go refers to the family's mantra as they stay attached to the ropes that tether them to their remote cabin whenever they venture forth from its relative safety.
The village.
Mm-hmm. The marketing suggests various sources for the family's peril, including scary visions, their natural surroundings, and potentially some large, scaly monsters.
The reptilians.
Probably shapeshifters as well, yeah. I like Alexander Aja a lot, but that does sound a lot. It sounds like they just threw Bird Box and, like what was that movie that A24 movie? It Only Comes at Night. Yeah, they just threw a bunch of movies together, and here's Never Let Go.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look awful. I've seen the trailer, but it doesn't get me too excited. I'll see it though.
Interesting.
I don't know. The rope gimmick is kind of silly to me.
Yeah.
Monsters that can't kill you because you're holding on to a rope.
That's a common trope, Dan.
Common trope, yeah. Maybe the rope is soaked in holy water or something.
That's why I carry rope with me in a fanny pack everywhere I go.
Very wise, Jonathan. Very wise. All right, Never Let Go. There we go. That's coming out September 27th. Oddity, October 3rd.
No,
isn't that? Well, I thought it was already
out. It's out now.
It's brilliant.
Very good movie.
Well, maybe that's when it's going to hit Shudder. Is October 3rd.
That's what I'm thinking. They made a mistake.
I wish it would come sooner, because all I've heard is very good things about it. It's not playing anywhere near me though, unfortunately. So
it's a safe bet for everybody, I would say.
It is playing here.
It really is. It's great.
And again, Caveat, if you guys have not seen Caveat, it's on Shudder. It's
Yes.
definitely worth your time.
Yes.
Great little movie. Great little movie. So is this a remake of what was that slasher with the big wooden doll from the early 90s? Is this a remake of that?
The Fear.
The Fear. Is this a Fear remake?
Dude,
No.
that would be. Does it not have a reggae soundtrack?
No. You're good.
I like The Fear, dude. Fear
It's
2
a-
is the bad
It's
one.
a prequel to The Fear. That's what it is. It's a prequel.
So
to
it's really like a M.R. James ghost story with kind of an
Yeah.
EC Comics light overlay to it. I think it's a safe bet for anyone. It's good. It's legitimately intense, and I loved it. I loved it.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. Count me in. Count me in. Oddity sounds like a winner. And speaking of winners,
It's not actually coming. This is a lie.
Salem's Lot finally
Nope, not happening.
dropping
This thing will
October
never see a
They've been-
11th.
They've been kicking the can on this thing for 2
This
years.
thing will never see a theater screen.
Oh, I bet it's bad.
No, it doesn't. And it doesn't.
It is.
It tested as low as any film in history. Think about that.
Really?
Yes.
I have heard that this movie is so wretched that you would not believe it was real. That you would think you would be like you're being punked. That's how bad I've heard this is.
They don't even want to try and fix it.
I think they just know
Well, I don't think
they
it's
dropped the
Warner Brothers
deuce.
Tax write-off.
Well, just I mean, yeah, just I don't think it's not going theatrically. There's no question.
No.
It's not going theatrically. I think it'll come on some streaming service
Yeah.
in October, surely. Because again, they've been kicking the thing around for 2 years. Just drop it, let it go out there. Maybe you'll get 1 or 2 new subscribers to your service, and that'll be, so
Who
the rest is
bankrolled it?
the
This
rest is a
thing-
tax write-off.
This thing was greenlit to cash in on the first It release. That's
Yeah.
how long this thing's been fucking waiting for whatever it's going to shit it out.
What I've heard is it's so bad. There's no fixing it. You could not. It's just awful from beginning to end.
Well, I kind of want to see it for that reason now.
And this is another one Jeremy's been looking forward to for
Oh, no.
ever. So,
You
jeez.
can't skin a marink me twice.
Here's the thing, though. I do think if they put it out on streaming, it will be something of a hit because people who want to watch it have been waiting for 2 years. They're going to subscribe to your service. They're going to watch it. So I mean, you're going to get a little bit of a kick from it, at least initially.
Oh,
So-
Nuon owns it?
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't they just kill it? I don't understand. They killed like all those DC movies and buried them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's read about this. Will it say anything about the no, it doesn't look like it. Gary Dauberman, yeah, he wrote, I think, It Chapter 2. Maybe he was involved in the first one, I don't remember. But he wrote and directed this. Yeah, the good news is that given that it is also responsible for this, yeah, they're not really talking about. Okay, here we go. The movie was initially meant to be released in 2022, but after a 2023 date was cruelly snatched away. We're now excited for whatever. I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it.
What site is this list from?
This is from Games Radar.
Okay. They're trying not to burn bridges, clearly.
Well, there you go.
If you come at a Toby Hooper joint, you got to come like ready.
You gotta come correct. You gotta come correct.
Unless it's a remake of Jin. Then you're
Yeah.
probably okay.
Yeah, we're
Don't
still
even
like 20
do it.
years off from that.
Don't even touch that. Don't even go there with Jin or apartment
Mausoleum.
complex.
Mausoleum.
Mortuary.
Mortuary. that's what it
Mortuary.
was. See, I didn't even put it to memory.
Well, mausoleum's a thing too, just not Hooper.
It is. And by the way, the other Salem's Lot
It's good.
that was on TNT with Rob Lowe in it and Rutger Hauer as Barlow.
Oh yeah.
Great. Seek that out. Watch it. It's great.
You know, Toby Hooper's Night Terrors is a film that no one ever fucking talks about, right?
That one's like impossible. That one's not even. Did it get a DVD? Is it available anywhere?
Is that the anthology?
Do you need it? Because I can send you a copy.
Yeah, please.
Not a problem. It's prime, like, well, mid career prime Toby Hooper, and everyone ignores it.
Where does it fit in his filmography?
After Mangler.
Oh, really?
Before Mangler. Yeah, 93,
That's
I want to say.
He's still not.
I can tell
washed
you
yet.
it's 93.
Yeah, that's one that I've never seen. It just kind of just seems difficult. It's eluded me.
I got you.
Appreciate that. Next up, we got Smile 2.
I'm not smiling.
That just is a.
I enjoyed the first one. I thought it was all right.
I mean, the
Didn't
first
scream
one.
sequel to me though.
Yeah, that like there is no reason to have a sequel. Well, it may
Yeah.
but
We're just
beyond
gonna
that-
do the
It
thing
hit the
again.
mark of making a certain amount of money. They were like, sequel.
That
Well, I think
cat scene is hilarious.
You got to keep in mind, Smile was they were just going to dump it on streaming.
Yeah,
They had no expectations for Smile, and then it made $217 million worldwide.
the marketing on that
Yes,
one.
the marketing campaign was good for it.
The marketing
Yeah.
was brilliant.
setting them at baseball games and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
marketing
that
was brilliant.
trailer gave away too much, though.
Mm.
Well, I say that I'm completely wrong because it made 217 million. But
It was better than the average Blumhouse movie. I mean,
Sure.
I don't hate it. It's fine. It's just that again,
Just unnecessary.
Dan, do you think you'll ever watch it again in life, though?
probably not. No.
Me either. That's the thing. How good can it be if we're never going to even bother?
Yeah, it's not that creepy the second time. I'm like, and I like that they're basically doing Taylor Swift in this one too.
Yeah.
A global pop sensation begins experiencing increasingly terrifying and inexplicable events. Yep, there you go.
This film should have been called Frown, and that would be the sequel.
Grimace.
Oh man, so I was not a huge fan of the first one. I will probably never watch it again unless I hear like this is really good. I'll just wait for VOD.
Dude,
But
Beetlejuice
I'm
was everything. Sorry.
I'm sure it's going to do well at the box office just because it's Smile 2, and they'll have people smiling at baseball games and other events. You know, they'll try to recapture that. So I'm sure it'll do well.
It'll all be canceled when it's like, no, that guy's just a pervert. Stay away from him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't hire.
Oh,
that
Kyle
guy.
Gallner? Yeah.
We didn't send anybody to the baseball game.
Kyle Gallner is the king of horror. Okay, he's a scream king. Okay, come on, everybody knows that. Oh, here we go. Terrifier 3, October 25th.
Isn't this one set at Christmas?
It is.
It's
I would
set
have
at
put it out in
Christmas.
December,
Yeah.
but I am excited. I liked it. It's fun.
They cut the runtime, which I do think is wise.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
dude. I won't go back and revisit Terrifier 2 sometime because I'll be like grabbing for it, be like, I really don't want to sit here for 2.5 hours and be married to this thing.
Yeah, I think you can fast forward through a lot of that third act just to kind of get to where it's going. But yeah, 2.5 way too long for that. But yeah, scaling back for Terrifier 3, good idea. Setting it around Christmas, I think, is a great freaking idea. Damien Leone has been he's been on social media talking about how it's the most extreme, it's the most graphic, it's the most gory, it's so on and so forth. So a lot of people are excited for Terrifier 3, myself included, and I'm sure this one will get a pretty wide release. Terrifier 2 got a fairly wide release. I think
Did
this
well.
one will get
Did very, very well.
a very wide release.
because didn't they go back and release Terrifier 1 too? I thought they.
I don't remember
re-released
that.
in the
I remember
theater.
they put Terrifier 2 back in theaters.
Oh, maybe I'm confusing that. Then
They just they kept extending its run because it kept making money. Hopefully, it's not a Fathom release because I don't want to pay the premium. Just make it a regular release, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I think it'll be regular. Although he didn't cave, like he said, like the content's gonna be what it is.
You
I
could crowdfund that whole thing, and
oh yeah,
yeah, it wouldn't matter. He doesn't. He legitimately, I guess, does not need a backer.
it's cool seeing people excited for, like I said, a new icon.
It
like
is,
this,
even though it's
you know?
not like my favorite of all time.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, so like you know, I was having this conversation with my girlfriend the other day, and she was like, "Why do people like why?" Because she was talking about like we need new horror icons, and I said, "Well, we kind of have some new ones, and there's Art the Clown." She's like, "Well, why do people like Art the Clown?" And I go, "Well, he's not just a scary clown; he's got a personality. Like he loves his work, and like he just the guy who plays him just does it. He's so good, so that's why people like Art the Clown." And so yeah, I mean, he's a new icon. He's and deservingly
Yeah,
so.
he's got a that's a good point. He's not silent. Well, he is silent, but the facial expressions that he can do, that adds to that character. It takes it over the top.
Yeah.
He's way different than he was in the was it Hallows Eve movies?
Yeah.
The anthologies.
I've only seen the first one of those. Is he in the second one, or is it a different killer?
I'm pretty sure he's in the second one.
Oh, okay.
Different actor, if I'm not
It's a different actor entirely.
Yeah, it's a different actor in that. Yeah.
I think there's an opportunity to expand on the characters a little bit with this, and
I think this will be a crossroads though, because like, are they going to explain too much of like maybe what Art is or who Art was, or
because we know he's an entity now. Like,
it seemed to me like the second one was leaning kind of toward like Art is that the girl's dad, like he was kind of, and I was like, I hope they don't go that way. Like we don't need,
Well, the girl from the original movie that has like the chimp attacked me face. I can't think of her name. That's his sidekick in this movie.
Yeah.
So I mean that doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me, but I don't care.
Yeah,
he's gonna skin somebody, so that's cool.
There'll be skinnings, guttings, scalpings, eviscerations,
sawings in half,
bisections
of a crucifixion or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is probably where they'll go with it.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah, for sure.
Should have known that was going to happen.
Yeah, so it'll upset a lot of people.
I wonder if somebody get killed with hot coals.
Oh, I'm sure. They'll probably be inserted into their behind.
Yeah, there you go. Like a stocking.
Yeah. Ben Grimm is here. He says the director said that Art doesn't know he's supernatural until he wakes up at the end of Terrifier 1.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I think this is going to be a crossroad. Are they going to explain who he was before he became Art? Are we going to get like, are we going to see him sans makeup as like a loving father, and then all of a sudden he snaps? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. And it seems like everybody in the chat's pretty excited too. So that's cool. All right. Let's see. What else have we got on the list? We're tearing through October. Heretic. Oh, I saw this trailer.
I actually think that looks fun.
I saw this trailer.
Looks interesting. Yeah, the Mormon girls and Hugh Grant is some sort of sinister
Puts
person.
him in a box thingy.
I think it's a weird maze thing. I think.
Yeah,
I think it's a good role for Hugh Grant. We've not seen him in anything in a while. You think of Hugh Grant, you think of like those 90s romantic comedies, Like I think this could be a well. You're not supposed to think of that though. I think this could be a good turn for him if he's really creepy and evil. Like this could open up a whole new door for his career, So
he can act. Watch The Gentleman if you haven't seen it. The movie
that was good.
Yeah,
that was the last thing I saw him in.
Yeah, he's very good in that. So
he looks interesting in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I thought the trailer looked pretty interesting. It's an A24 film. Yeah, looks pretty interesting. Lauren, are you excited for Heretic?
It's funny. The trailer doesn't tell me much about it, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You get a setup that could probably the first 5 minutes of the film. I mean, literally. But yeah, I'm down. What I really would like to see more from Hollywood is like situational horror, because it seems like the only thing they do at all well. Give me characters in a situation and get them out of it. So that like the 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of thing. Obviously the ending is a big dumb ending, but like up to that point, it's a thing, right?
Yeah,
it's like how do you get out of this situation? I think Hollywood still can do that What it doesn't do is when they try and be clever, because they're just not. So this is kind of like what I think American horror should be doing.
Yeah. November 15th. I'm ready for it. Now we have something called Night Bitch. I've never heard of this one. Anybody?
She thinks she's becoming a dog.
Yeah. She starts acting like a dog or something. I don't know a lot about it, but
Okay.
I'm sorry I don't have more for you on that one.
It says Night Bitch is the newly darkly comedic horror movie starring Amy Adams as a woman who pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mother, only to find that her domesticity soon takes a surreal turn. Okay, that's
I've never heard of this one.
There's
Yep.
no way it's getting a truly wide release, right?
well, it's a Searchlight release, so probably not. Interesting.
Kind of.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm thinking more satire on this one than horror movie.
Vispian, your friend saw Night Bitch at a film festival and said it was weird and bad.
Oh.
I might like it then.
I like weird. It's halfway there. Okay, so that sounds interesting. This one I'm sure is very high on all of our lists.
I'm going on Christmas to see that bad boy.
And this one's Christmas Day.
That's can't miss. I think. I mean, I hate to say that, but that director.
Do
I've
you
wanted
think-
this for a long time.
Do you think though the Christmas Day release will be for me dropping this thing in like October would have been perfect. I think I don't. The Christmas Day release just seems. I think they're rolling the dice on that Christmas Day release, and it could bite them.
See, I think they're making a statement with it. Like, we believe in this film. Like, that's a pretty big release date.
I think they're saying they believe that there's they want Oscar consideration, but do they want people to come and see it?
I mean,
the theaters are always packed on Christmas here.
yeah,
but-
go and see movies the same day. I don't know Nosferatu how the mainstream's going to embrace that on Christmas, but
Yeah, exactly.
there's no competition. Not everybody has a traditional Christmas, so there might be a lot of us.
Well, even
weirdos
then,
that
you're
go-
wrapped up by 6-7 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, presents have been opened. Go out. I will see it Christmas Day. That's how excited I am for this.
I mean, that's how excited I am for it too.
Yeah, me
So
too,
I mean,
yeah.
I could see Jeremy and I getting our presents done early and like, let's go
Sliding out to a matinee.
slide down to a matinee. Yes, sir.
Because I know Jeremy ain't gonna go past that 8 o'clock.
Oh God, no.
He
God,
ain't
no.
gonna get that.
God, no. But yeah, the trailer I think looks really good, but the trailer did not give away too much. I think we still don't know what Nosferatu looks like. The cast is incredible. Robert Eggers is batting 1,000 in my opinion. Willem Dafoe, yeah. I mean, my goodness.
Not playing the vampire.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think
Shadow.
I think he's playing Knox. I really do. If you know the original film,
Yeah,
Wow.
I believe so. I think it's so cool too. Shadow of the Vampire.
Yeah.
He's kind of played the role.
Well, you gotta you have to like upstage how creepy Willem Dafoe just looks regularly, like on screen. So that even amps it up higher for how like the creature has to look.
Well, and Bill Skarsgård was quoted as saying that he looks grotesque, but also like sexy
I could see that.
and grotesque.
Well, no, I don't think he needs to.
Maybe
be
he'll just
sexy.
look weird, but they'll dress him nice. Maybe that's
Yeah,
what it means.
yeah.
Like he's
It's
like,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this is easily like the movie I'm most excited for the rest of this year. It sucks that we got to wait, 6 months for it. Well, not quite 6 months at this point, but it's
4
it's the
months.
wait.
That's it.
I feel like this is going to be what we wanted Coppola's Dracula to be.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I love Coppola. I love Coppola's Dracula.
I love parts of it. I don't love all of it. I think this is Eggers is a much more controlled voice.
Yeah,
I think this is going to end up being something special. I really do.
I hope so. I'm trying not to let, like, I'm trying not to get unrealistic expectations, but Eggers is batting 1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say? What is his least movie of the four he's done? What is the least?
I wouldn't even say least for his filmography. That's all fantastic.
I mean, you've got The Witch, you've got The Lighthouse, you've got
The Northman.
The Northman was my favorite movie of that year.
all classics.
He's only done 3. This is his 4th,
Yep.
right? Okay, yeah. So, like, I mean, how do you rate those? How do you rate those 3?
Perfect ratings for me for all 3 of those movies. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a great year, but it's entirely possible this could be the greatest horror movie of the entire year. So, I don't know. Big shoes. I mean, Klaus Kinski as well in there. So,
I know.
Oh,
I know.
Nosferatu in Venice. Is that what you're talking about?
well, maybe not in Venice.
I love Nosferatu in Venice. I love that movie.
I was never imagining him as slightly green.
Love me some Nosferatu in Venice. And the stories from behind the scenes of the making of that movie, my goodness. My
Well,
goodness.
the cast was really in danger, so it was very
They were.
authentic.
they really did fear for their lives making that movie.
At all times, even back in their hotel rooms with
Oh my
Klaus.
Lord. Dave says, would there be any obscure redos in the vein of Nosferatu that you would like to see? It's a good question.
I don't know. Could we get away with another Dr. Caligari, maybe from Eggers or something? That'd be interesting.
Starring Nicolas Cage?
No,
Let's say
just no.
he can be in anything now.
He can do anything.
Well, I mean, 2 titles that come to mind for me. I mean, if you talk about classic, like truly like foundational horror that hasn't been done recently or right, where's Bluebeard, and where is the Cat and the Canary? Like, where's our modern versions of both those classics?
Yeah. Vispian mentions Haxon remake by Eggers. That would be pretty amazing.
Oh, that would be good. Yeah, that would be good.
Challenging, but I would be all in for it.
Did you see what they did last time they tried to make a Carnival of Souls?
So do we really need another Carnival of Souls?
Yeah, you got
This
it.
seemed to be just kind of.
By the way, speaking of the Cat and the Canary, did you get that new release of it, Lauren?
Not, it hasn't shown up yet, but it's supposed to be.
Okay. That was my first time seeing the Cat and the Canary, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I think if they remade that today, well, I don't know. I mean, Eggers could do it for sure. Ty West, I think, could do it for sure.
The key to all those titles are to make it a period piece. Don't try and update it to today.
Yeah. I mean, Dave Parker could do it for sure.
Sure.
Let's give some love to Dave.
There you go.
We got Brian Trash here hanging out with us. How you doing, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
So yeah, I mean, goodness, Nosferatu, Christmas Day. Well, this ain't happening. This ain't happening.
Yeah, I've heard this is unreleasable now.
Yeah, the Toxic Avenger it's been called unreleasable. And from what I heard, it's not because it's really bad. It's because the content is so severe and extreme.
That's ridiculous. Then put it out to streaming. Like,
Yeah, there's other ways you can get that.
sell it to somebody. Who has this legend? You gonna tell me Lionsgate wouldn't fork up some money for this?
I think there's a lot of BS though out there on this because I want to say that same article said it was a $200 million movie.
They did say it was a 200. But no, there's no freaking way.
No, 20 million maybe, and that might even be a little high.
Yeah,
but
I think that'd be high for yeah.
I mean, like I said, I know people who have seen it at screenings and seem to be positive, but I don't know. I can't see it being unreleasable. Like, I don't think they go as far as the original. Yeah, put it on streaming. With Deadpool and Wolverine right now, I'm not saying this would do those kind of numbers, but throw it out there. You never know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Carnival of Souls redo. Yeah, I forgot about that. The original Carnival of Souls is so good. Like it would take a really. I don't know if you could redo it.
No, because that's considered it's so classic that it's become a meme of it's all someone in their final death throes. You know, it's that occurrence of Owl Creek Bridge thing. It's too much of a cliche to do now, but that movie is brilliant.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Yeah, leave it alone. Here's an interesting. Eggers doing a Jack the Ripper movie. What if we let Eggers do From Hell? Could he do that one right?
I don't know if I want the conspiracy though.
The remake of Jack's Back.
I would love that. God knows I'd love that.
And just bring in James Spader still. Like
James Spader could be the bad guy in the.
No,
Jack's
you could just
Back.
still be. You could still be the same character, just wig.
that's all he needs. That's all he needs. I could see Eggers doing a Jack the Ripper movie. I could see that. So yeah, a Toxic Avenger, TBC. Oh Lord, yeah.
Don't give up hope though, because if it's saying it's $200 million, I smell BS with that article.
Maybe it's all an elaborate ruse. Right?
That's what Chris said. Maybe it's a hype building strategy.
Could be.
Yeah, that's true.
And is this Rob Zombie in the background with the cowboy hat and the long hair?
Wow.
Hell yeah.
What in the world is this? The Lullaby Mansion series? What the hell is this?
It's like an American Horror.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
I think it's from that third season of American Horror Story.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For the witches in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay. That one's under TBC as well. Okay. What else have we got here? Azrael. UK release, TBC. Anybody heard of this one?
Samara Weaving.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I like that. I like Samara Weaving. Oh, so she's like the angel? I don't know. Sounds kind of interesting.
It's a prophecy reboot.
Ooh. But they got to get Vigo back as Lucifer. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's everything.
All right.
At least according to Games Radar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we've got a lot to look forward to for the rest of this year, really.
It's hard to make a top 10 of the year already for me. So I would say it's been a damn good year. There's been a lot of bad, but there's a lot of good out there.
Mm-hmm. There's a Street Trash remake coming?
Yeah, from the Fried Berry director.
Okay. All right. Slime City remake is next.
Oh,
You got the sequel.
yeah, the sequel kind of is amazing.
Yeah.
Slime City Massacre. I don't know if Greg would let that happen.
Yeah, I don't know. With that one, I don't need
Greg-
a remake. It's
Greg
like
Leverton does his thing, and that's his part of the world. I don't know if he'd let it happen.
Yeah, it's hard to recreate the feel of those movies. I mean, the remake just seems kind of pointless. It's like a Basket Case remake. Who wants that right now? You're not gonna make it feel like that New York era.
I heard that almost happened, a Basket Case remake.
Oof. Kind of glad it didn't. I don't know. You're not going to recapture that specific feel, that just dirty, grimy New York. But hey, the Maniac remake was good.
The Maniac remake was really good. Yeah.
So
Frankenhooker, but AI. Go.
Shout out to Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan for the $4.99. Thank you, sir. What are your thoughts on the current state of Star Wars and Disney? You're trying to get us all canceled, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we talked about the current state of Disney, of the just like the MCU. earlier when we talked about Robert Downey Jr. coming back into the fold as Doctor Doom. That just reeks of desperation. And Star Wars, I mean, they've killed Star Wars. Does anybody care about Star Wars anymore?
Oh, it's beyond dead at this point. That Acolyte series, I've not talked to a single person that likes it. And that's impressive because there's always apologists out there for Star Wars. It seems like it's universally hated. So,
like I saw a thing on Twitter or X, whatever, and people were saying, "Stop calling it the Disney Star Wars. It's Star Wars." It's like, no, we need to differentiate the two, because there was good Star Wars, even that trilogy, the prequels that Lucas did that everybody hated back in the day. Like those are looked at as like masterpieces now. Everybody, they are bad. They are.
Yeah.
But like compared to what we've gotten with Disney Star Wars, I mean, like people are looking at on those like with rose-colored glasses. You know what I mean? So
yeah, even whenever they had the Obi-Wan show with the iconic name, they brought back Ewan McGregor, and that was not good. That was like y'all don't know what to do with these characters.
Nope.
It's tapped out, you know.
Yeah, it's too much. I mean, they greenlit like a dozen Star Wars shows at a certain point, and it's just like, man, you're hitting me with the C-level stuff now, and I don't care. The first 3 movies are great, and Rogue One, shockingly for a prequel, which is weird for me, I did enjoy that, but I don't need to see. They're going to remake the first 3.
That's what I was going to say. Do you ever foresee them redoing it? A reboot?
Yeah,
I don't. I can't believe they. I mean, that would. Oh,
it's the Hail Mary.
No pinhold in what they can do now. You know, it's tough because they're trying to fit it in between this year. I mean, this movie, and so now they're going back to, 100 years before the Phantom Menace,
but they're also like rewriting canon, and that's pissing off a lot of people too. Like they're changing, like the Lucas stuff. They're going back and rewrite and like retconning stuff, and like wasn't the villain in the Acolyte was like Darth Plagueis, and like people were saying like Darth Plagueis wasn't alive during this time that they say the Acolyte took place. Like how is this? So I don't know. It's like, I mean,
I don't. It's like saying there's a canal leading from a lake to the ocean, for Christ's sake.
I don't know. I don't know. I think they're in desperation mode with both of their big properties, Disney. So, if they remake the first 3, my goodness, people will
go see it and give them money.
Mark my words.
Exactly what they'll do.
That is exactly what they're gonna do, because that'll be the last play. Once they've driven it straight down the toilet, that's gonna be their Hail Mary. I will bet you.
I have a different opinion on that.
They got James Earl Jones' voice down. So.
I don't know anything, but I think with where technology's heading and where they've been doing in these films, a film set between Empire and Return of the Jedi is the most likely thing. CGIing and using AI to recreate those classic characters.
Oh,
I see that crystal clear.
Oh my God.
Yeah, James Earl Jones signed over his voice in perpetuity.
That, Lauren, that would be something that would pull people back. That, I mean, people would be on board for that.
That fan base, absolutely.
Yeah.
Jiminy Christmas.
Because the other stuff I don't care about, but that would pull me back.
But thank you, Tony. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. Oh, Dave says he knows somebody who owns the rights to Brain Damage.
I don't know. Hard to do that again. Like, it's very specific. Henenlotter, you can't recreate his films. I don't think. You know,
There's only one Henenlotter. I don't know how they could. I don't know.
How about we just tell new stories or adapt novels and comic books that no one's ever adapted before, or maybe approach the whole writing room thing differently, as in don't do writing rooms, hire writers to have one vision. I don't think this is really a tough issue. Like Hollywood ran itself one way until about, I don't know, 2003 or 4. And then we act like it's all television after that. And it's kind of gross.
It's a lot out there. Ridiculous amount of stuff out there that hasn't been adapted yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's almost like we're punching down when we go after like the MCU and Star Wars now, because it's like the targets are too easy. But like there's so many people who will die on those hills and defend those until Kingdom Come. You know.
The thing is, so. And please don't come at me if you're going to say that Star Wars is fantasy, actually not science fiction. Just deal with the titles being whatever. But Star Wars did a great thing for science fiction in the 70s. It elevated it above the B-movie schlock into the mainstream in a way that nothing had done that before. The problem is modern Star Wars is pushing it back to the schlock.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just time for them to get out of the way. Now, some people would say that Dune is that new Star Wars. I have no interest in those movies, so I don't know. But they need desperately to let the genre progress past Star Wars. In the same way that I'm always saying that I don't want another Friday the 13th or another Halloween, right? The slasher genre, if it's a subgenre, if it's ever going to do anything interesting again, has to get past that place. And we can't do it while we're making the 13th Friday 13th and the 14th Halloween film. We can't, because that's what's going to get all the oxygen in the room.
Did you ever see Halloween Ends, Lauren?
No.
Okay, I got you. You got me with Night Terrors. I got you with Halloween Ends.
Did you check your email? It's there literally right now.
Oh, okay. All right, go.
Oh, if it's an email situation, if you could just slide that into my inbox as well.
Okay.
Tony Movie Chappie, thank you for the $9.99. It's just bad management at Lucasfilm, just with Kathleen Kennedy and her misunderstood of the property continuing to drop the ball. I think at this point a reboot is needed. They need to do something, man.
Plus,
you gotta wait 10 years is what you have to do. If
you gotta wait for some of these nerds to die.
Yeah, and they make these shows that obviously they want subscribers for Disney Plus, but they don't have enough good material for 8 episodes. You know, they have enough for about 3, and then they obviously got to stretch that out, and it just dilutes the product. And I'm sure other places have this too, but it's like you don't need 8 episodes for this.
No.
There's a point where you just have to go away. I'm a Doctor Who fan, and we're about next year, I think, is 20 years since it's come back. And that's a long time. It just gets bad after a while. It's stale, stagnant, got to disappear for a decade.
It's all cyclical.
It's how I feel about Halloween. Like, you're going to get another.
Yeah, just go away. Like, I'll be hyped a little bit.
Don't make me bring it. Don't make me bring up the Halloween portal again, okay? Please. We'll all get sucked into
that's in case of emergencies.
To go into the portal for.
That's what I'm always like. How are there so many CSI shows? Aren't they just doing the same show? Just
my parents are watching all of them. My parents are keeping this thing going.
They're just in a different city. That's all they're doing. But it's still popular.
Cop shows in general.
Dave likes your take, Lauren, on the when Hollywood went whatever. And yes, we know that. As soon as Spielberg kills over, we'll have more Jaws.
They're gonna announce it the next day.
The very next day. Yeah. The very next day.
No, it's in like their tribute that they post on social media.
Yeah.
In unrelated news.
Jaws 5. It's got the green light. And I'm sure, like, you know, after the Revenge, Jaws or Spielberg was like, just stop it. He's like, stop it, Sid. Come on. He went straight to Sid Sheinberg. He said, buddy, stop it.
Backed a truckload of money up to his house.
Exactly. Wow. So we've covered a lot tonight. We've gone over a lot of issues, a lot of topics. We talked about some upcoming physical media releases. We talked about the fall, really for the rest of the year, the slate of movies. We talked about the sad state of the Friday the 13th franchise. We went into the Halloween portal. We premiered a brand new segment on the show, A Moment of Swag with Swaggy G, and that was a huge hit. A huge hit. So
Your viewership just like doubled.
it's skyrocketed. Yeah. So let's see. Ben says Halloween needs a decade-long break.
At least.
Minimum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Could they,
getting
could they do 30 years so I don't have to deal with it in my lifetime?
Dude, we got to put something out every major anniversary.
but we've got the TV series to look forward to.
You'll be a head in a jar, and Piz is just going to lay you down in front of Halloween Ends. That's how it finally ends.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus
I'll keep you on live support till you watch Halloween Ends.
No, we'll freeze him. Like we'll just bust in. You know, it is the final
Okay,
moments. and
That's it,
kidnap
guys. I got a pad and paper. I'm
Freezing.
writing my DNR right now.
him. We're gonna freeze him and thaw him out when necessary.
Under no circumstances.
Somebody's gonna have to buy a deep freeze and volunteer
Thank
to
you.
keep him.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. And what kind of question is this? Has to be a troll. Would you rather watch Smile or Jaws? Smile, of course. I mean, what kind of question is that? But
Both very tooth-centric movies.
exact, both very toothy. Yes. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, my goodness, guys, we've been going for damn near 3 hours. Let's Dan, where can we find you on social media?
Flesh Wound Features here on YouTube. Also the Visited by Voices Network, where you can find a bunch of us here on YouTube. And if you're a wrestling fan, this weekend, Sunday, SummerSlam weekend at Crimson Crown Wrestling, Kruger, one of my fellow hosts of Flesh Wound Features, is going to have his third match with JD Horror. 400 plus light tubes are going to be used. So you don't mind real gore, go check out that match at Crimson Crown Wrestling.
Al Gore fan myself.
That can't be cheap. 400 fluorescent tubes.
There's, I believe,
They're used. It's
yeah.
fine. They've got their use out of them. It's good.
They went to a
And
big
gu-
office building. We're like, can we just have?
Thank God we can't get rid of these things. These wrestling nerds are great. It's illegal to throw these away.
It's always weird shopping for a show. It's like you're getting this like serial killer looking basket that you're checking out with.
Yeah, we've got barbed wire. We've got tweezers. We've got
Yeah.
Y'all
Duct
got like
tape.
a Lowe's card, a credit card.
Ooh,
Lord
and a
have mercy.
you.
Tony's coming through here with another super chat. Thank you, Tony, for the $4.99. Last question: do you think that test screening do movies good or bad, especially with reshoots that affect the film, whether it's good or bad? I mean, that's a loaded question. They can be really good. I mean, an audience can tell you if a movie's good or bad, depending on, I think, what kind of movie it is.
I
Like
think
if
it's
you're,
hard.
well, no, go ahead.
It's hard. I think it's hard, even if you have a bad outcome from it. It's hard to make anything out with a reshoot work when you're coming from something that is a finished product, and now you're like, well, I need to just pull pieces out and insert something new here. That's never going to work out. So I really don't understand the point.
Well, wait a second. If you love Exorcist 3, then that's the movie that can prove some differences there.
I'm not saying there's not exceptions to rules.
Right. But so I think it depends what it is. Like, I think if you're making a very commercial film, and as much as I love Exorcist 3, it's a very commercial film. I think test audiences can tell you what the mainstream is going to like. If you're making something that's meant to be a lot more underground, like A24 should never test anything they're going to put out.
Yeah.
Because they're films based on a single vision. So I think Blumhouse probably needs to do more of it, frankly, so that people can point out the lane.
I've been to a lot of those, particularly when I'm back in California, and I would say the one thing, you got to start doing them outside of California because audiences are going to be different. Yeah, that's like one thing that every time I'm there, I'm like, this is a different crowd than what you might get in Montana or Idaho, so
Yeah.
But if you are in California, they're not hard to get into, guys. Like, if you're under 55, I think they stop caring at that point.
But yeah, I mean, Lauren makes a good point with The Exorcist 3. If you like The Exorcist 3, I mean, it's a better movie. The test screenings made it a better movie.
Did.
The director's cut is good, but without that exorcism at the end, we don't have that great performance from Brad Dourif. We don't have I mean, it makes it a different movie, a better movie, really.
It does.
No.
Yeah,
But
I
thank
don't
you, Tony.
remember Piz. Who was the gentleman that you had on that did Final Destination?
Oh, Jeffrey Reddick?
And this wasn't a test screening, but wasn't it like they showed that film and Bob Shea or somebody said, "I don't like that ending. You should change that." And they made it more, with the sign swinging down instead of it like it having a happy ending or something like that.
I think that it was actually Glenn Morgan, because he had wrote and produced a couple of them, I think. So I think that was Glenn Morgan, not Jeffrey Reddick. Jeffrey Reddick wrote the first one.
He wrote the first one. He's producer's credit, I think, on the rest of them.
Yeah. So that was with Glenn Morgan. Yeah.
Because I kind of like every now and then you hear some story like that. I think about was it World War Z? They had shot that and they totally redid that ending because that, I don't know how all that went down, but
They ended up missing the mark on that movie too because it delayed it. And they were already at the end of that zombie craze from the late.
It did way better than it did way better than it was projected to do, though.
Yeah.
It did. Yeah.
I feel like every now and again you'll hear some story about they changed this or that and that ended up working out.
How I kind of view it is very personal to me because like my work goes to an editor. I'm currently doing it right now. Literally, I'm in the middle of doing it, and it's there's things that the editor comes back and asks you to do that you don't want to do, and there's things that you go, oh wait a second, that's such a better idea, and then you as a writer go in there and you fix it. You work it until it works the way someone with fresh eyes saw it, and I think kind of that's what a test audience at its best can do. At its worst, a test audience can always try and make things too bland. And it can sand down the edges too much. But again, a really good creative person like a Bill Blatty, you can end up with something magical because you didn't get up so far up your own ass in the creation process that you are open. And Blatty was not ever happy with Exorcist 3 because it wasn't exactly the film he wanted to. But he fully acknowledges that he tried to hew too close to the novel in his first version. So I love that movie, and it's not the only movie. I'm using that as an example because I know everyone knows that. But it can be really positive in the same way having an editor on a book rather than flying blind. So.
Yeah. That was always one of the big criticisms of Anne Rice. She never had an editor,
Well, she never had anyone that was willing to edit her. No. I mean, she had someone that fixed some typos, but...
Swaggy, where can we find you on social media?
I am on Instagram at John's Cool World. That's it for me.
Yes, you are. Lauren, where can we find you?
At Lauren Dixon on the Twitter or the X, and I guess run is the word. The This Is My Voices Network, where a bunch of content creators share their views on hopefully a little bit more offbeat topics within the genre, so that we can have and begin healthy conversations rather than kind of go over the same crap endlessly. So that's Visited by Voices Network on YouTube. Lots of great people there.
Jonathan, where can we find you?
You can find me on the 13th of every month on Region Free over on Visited by Voices 1.
Okay. Chris, Mr. Longlegs, where can we find you?
Yes. Twitter at Bonus Pretzel, Instagram at John's Cool World. I got the swaggiest tips over there.
My biggest fan. Thank you. I have to send you some money.
Oh, geez. Well, let me do some shout outs here, then we'll call it a night. Shout out to NV Davler, Brokish, the PlayStation 9, and Astro Juicy for hanging out with us over on Twitch. Shout out to Tony Movie Chappie D9 for the generous super chats. I appreciate that very much, sir. And let's see who's still with us here on YouTube. We've got Dead Zone, or we've got Orc, our old buddy Orc. We got Dead Zone, Beetlejuice, Ben, Vispian, Entertainment Wizard, Austin. We got Destro Crimson. We had Dave Parker here hanging out with us. Let's see, who else did we have here? Did I shout out Ben Grimm or not? If I did, there's a double shout out to Ben. We love you, Ben. Slasher Home Video was here. Ben Grimm was here. Let's see, who else did we have with us tonight? We had Brian Trash here. We had Yammer Viking Goss 88. Wow, that's a mouthful. We had Ben Grimm here. We had Cliff Booth here. Somebody ban him. We had Jess here, Cable Channel 11. Thank you for being here, my friend. We had Bog Zombie here, and we had Ben Grimm. So thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you again real soon. Take care. And until next time, peace.